towards the NAAC for indulging us with a funding. And we are expecting the same in near future too, sir. Thank you. Well, I now request respected principal, sir, to welcome the chief guest of the national seminar and the keynote speaker of the first session, Dr. Prashant Parhat, sir, with a floral bouquet. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to request now convener of this national seminar, Dr. Nawaz Khan, madam, to welcome our principal, Anjuman College of Engineering and Technology, Dr. S.M. Ali, sir, with a floral bouquet. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Now, I would like to invite again the convener, Dr. Nawaz Khan, ma'am, to propose a opening remark on today's seminar. Please, ma'am.
Good morning, all. Respected Chief Guest Speaker, Dr. Prashant Parhat, sir, Deputy Advisor, NAAC, Bangalore. Respected Principal, Dr. S.M. Ali, sir, all Deans, HODs, IQAC coordinators, I welcome you all. I also welcome the faculties from outside and from the host institute too. I welcome you all. The theme of today's program is, as Madam has told, that it is fostering the best practices and outreach activities in HEI with accordance to NEP 2020. Dr. Parhaj sir will be speaking today on the topic critical review of low and medium performing matrices and sustain quality in high performing matrices of cycle 1 to improve the next cycle of accreditation, that is for cycle 2. We will be having two speakers in the afternoon, and the themes for today's seminar, that is the sub themes, it will include the role of higher technical institution in effective implementation of NEP 2020, and another sub theme will be innovative practices for enhancing and sustenance of quality in HEI. The main objective of today's seminar is to create awareness and work for higher quality matrices for next cycle of accreditation. Moreover, the seminar will inculcate beneficial aspect of NEP 2020. It will cultivate a sense of responsibility and duty towards society. The expected outcome of this seminar is to disseminate possible best practices, outreach activities, and NEP that can be implemented. We would like to add that how the students can be stimulated towards the quality initiative programs conducted by the institute from time to time. The elements of NEP will help in incorporating the local and global needs of the country and with respect for and difference of its rich diversity and culture. The seminar will definitely facilitate innovative ideas among all the faculties who will be attending the seminar today and help them to learn through quality assurance in the light of NAAC and NEP. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for briefing us introductory remark on the seminar. So, moving right along, I'm taking this opportunity again to introduce Dr. Prashant Parhat, sir. Dr. Prashant Prabhakar Parhat, Deputy Advisor at National Assessment and Accreditation Council, Bengaluru. Sir has conferred with PhD degree in 2015 on microstructure and machinability correlation osteomer ductile iron at VNIT Nagpur. In August, presence of Honorable President of India, Shri Pranav Mukherjee, and Honorable Governor of Maharashtra in 2015. Sir has completed his BE in metallurgy and MTech in ferrous process metallurgy in 2004, again from VNIT Nagpur. Sir has won Excellence Performance Award during AICT TechCube short-term course on analysis of modern manufacturing processes held during the February 2012 at IIT Mumbai. He co-opted as a member of Board of Studies, Metallurgical Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, and Special Task Committee, RTM, Nagpur University. Sir also has a very wide teaching experience of 23 years at Kavi Kulguru Institute of Technology and Science, Ramtek. Sir also has a wide experience, industrial experience, and he worked with a Carbon Everflow Limited, Nashik, Firth India Steel Company Limited, Nagpur, as well as Lloyd Steel Industries Limited, Wardha. Sir also has published 20 technical papers in national and international journals. So I would like to invite now Dr. Prashant Parhat sir for his presentation. Topic of the seminar is critical review of low and medium performing metrics of cycle 1 to improve the next cycle of accreditation. Over to you, sir.
No, you just initially start with the PPTs. Then I will tell you. Yeah. Shall we start? Namaskar. Very good morning to all of you. Respected Principal Sir, Dr. S.M. Ali, uh, Dr. Nawaz Khan, Madam Convener, and uh, Madam Nawaz Khan, Madam, yeah, uh, and my all dear colleagues, IKC coordinators, and all other friends, academic fraternity, those who have joined on the online. This is just like coming back to home. You have given me the chance to come to Nagpur. Uh, I think many faces I am recollecting, but still some of the faces are new. I have been here uh, way back in 2017 as the officer in charge, and at that time we have interaction with all of you. Other way, the mechanical department, all my friends are there, and we used to have interaction every time, but because of the COVID and all those things, we are missing all those things. I'm missing all of you there at Bangalore. To start with, this is a great opportunity. I will place on the record Dr. Professor S.C. Sharma Sir, Director NAAC, Bangalore, who is always inspiring us, who is always motivating us to take such awareness program. He is constantly behind us. You have to go to the stakeholders. You have to reach to them. You have to find out their difficulties, and we should here to try and solve their problems, so that HEI should be encouraged to come in assessment and accreditation process. If I talk of Pan India, we have right now 55,000 institutions across India, including universities, including standalone institutions. Out of that 55,000 institutions, till first cycle, second cycle, third cycle, fourth cycle, total 18,000 institutions are there. They have taken a part in the accreditation process. Right now, valid accreditation lies with 8,200 plus institutions only. Huge task. Maybe out of the 55,000, 24,000 are not eligible institutes as per the NAAC norms. But we have our target as a mission of Ministry of Education that we want to get this done by 2030. All the HEIs should get accredited. So this is the scenario. So it's an honor and privilege for me to be here for the national level seminar on fostering best practices and outreach activities in HEI with accordance to NAP 2020. I am very much thankful to the management and to the coordinator, to the convener of this seminar for inviting me to your institute. The topic which has been given to me to be shared to you is critical review of low and medium carbon performing matrix of cycle 1. Here also I have been given the task that I should take also care of the high performing, but taking all that things into consideration will be very, very difficult in the short period of time. So I will try to focus on only low and medium performing matrix during your first cycle, where some lapses are there or where there is a scope of improvement. What is being asked in that particular matrix, whether we have given it there at that particular point of time or not. And now, are we ready for the next cycle 2, for the next year, which you are supposed to do from the November 2023. Next slide, please. I always start with the quote that quality is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere efforts, intelligent directions, and skillful execution. So it is not one-time process, it is a continuous process, it is a continuous journey. And when we talk of quality, normally it is said that quality lies in the beholder's eyes. How you look it is like that. किसी को गुलाब का फूल अच्छा लगता है, किसी को मोगरा अच्छा लगता है, जैस्मीन अच्छा लगता है. It lies in the beholder's eyes. But when we are talking of quality in case of higher education system, it is the responsibility of every one of us sitting over here. When we are thinking, I am not saying that you do improvements in your working style, in your all activities because of the NAAC. No. You do improvement in entire activities which you are undergoing in administration, in academic, in examination, for your own betterment. Automatically NAAC will be taken care of. Why you are doing it for NAAC? At NAAC, we are insisting that this quality culture should be institutionalized. It should be internalized. Everyone should own it. If everyone should own it, then naturally we can achieve the quality. And it is not a one-day process. It is continuous process. Every day we have to put in sincere efforts. Now, as I have already told you, India is the second largest education system in the world, and very diversified systems are there. Now, because of more privatization, because of increased autonomy, because of widespread expansion, and because of introduction of more and more number of programs, accessibility is increased like anything. Accessibility to higher education is increased like anything. But it has very significant, very serious impact on the quality of the higher education. And therefore, to take into cognizance of all those things, this NAAC has been instituted, and in the mission vision statement itself, NAAC has stated that to make quality the defining element. Quality should be the defining element of our higher education. How we want to do that? We want to do that by combination of self and external evaluation. Self-evaluation? Self-evaluation means you are submitting SSR, self-study report. This self-study report is prepared by all the stakeholders, management, teachers, students, parents, alumni, employer, all the stakeholders which are involved. They are owning that self-study report. So you are owning the responsibility. You are starting the quality development from your own self. And whatever the facts you are giving, whatever the figures you are giving, they must be evaluated by somebody else. And therefore, our peer team visit is coming, peer team members are coming. That is evaluation through external agencies. So it is a combination of self and external quality evaluation. Once you have established that, how we can promote that and sustenance of that particular quality, that we are looking into it. We are trying to achieve this, NAAC is trying to achieve this vision by this mission, by arranging the periodic assessment and accreditation visits, by stimulating the academic environment for promotion of quality of teaching, learning, research in higher education, encouraging self-evaluation, autonomy, accountability, innovations in higher education, to undertake quality-related research studies. In many of the metrics, we are asking for the research. And now we are insisting the HEIs that you make the research which will be useful to the community. Whatever research you are making, that should be useful to the community, which you will take it as an extension part of that. Reflection, exploration and reflection. Outcome of your research must be going to benefit the communities. Otherwise, it's of no use. It will remain in the PhD. It will remain in your thesis. Related to studies, consultancy and training program, and to collaborate with other stakeholders of higher education. We want to collaborate, all of you to collaborate for the enhancing the quality in higher education system. All the stakeholders must come together and they should try for that. It's not a role of only one IQAC coordinator. It's a role of all the students. मैं भी कॉलेज में था, आप भी कॉलेज में ही हैं. काम जब IQAC का या NAAC का आता है या NBA का आता है, वो कोऑर्डिनेटर की रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है. उसके अंडर में 4-5 जो 6-7 क्राइटेरिया है, वो क्राइटेरिया के हेड जो उनकी रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है, हमारी कोई रिस्पांसिबिलिटी नहीं है. दे आर आस्किंग द डॉक्यूमेंट्स, वी आर नॉट गिविंग द डॉक्यूमेंट्स. मेरे को क्या करना है? You have submitted the paper, you have published the paper in the reputed journal, you submit that copy to the concerned person. What's the problem? But no, नहीं देंगे. मेंटालिटी पता है मेरे को, मैं आपसे ही हूं, आपका ही पार्ट हूं. I know very well what is happening in the institutions. And again, the government institution, this is again becoming a headache. They do not obey. वो IQAC coordinator मर जाता है, तो भी काम नहीं होता उसका. Many of the university IPSC coordinators, they are giving the cause, people are not giving the document, how we can submit the SSR in due time. It's a big headache. But then, therefore, I have told you, we have to collaborate with all the stakeholders, then only it is possible. Now, entire education system, next slide. अच्छा मैं बताया नहीं क्या? This, and again next. Yeah. Our education system is working in very dynamic situation. Entire education, whatever system we have right now, it is dynamic. There is a significant impact of technology. There is a significant impact of globalization. There is a significant impact of what we talk of liberalization. And because of that, this has significantly affected the education system. And therefore, we have to come out with the tool where we have to take cognizance of all this impact on the education system. And NAAC has taken this cognizance. Entire framework of NAAC has been designed on the basis of these 5 core values. I will say this as a 5 तत्व. हमारे भारतीय इसमें हम 5 तत्व बोलते हैं. आपको पता है? भूमि, वायु, जल, तेज, आकाश. Pancha Mahabhutas. In the similar way, these are the Pancha Mahabhutas of NAAC. This is on the basis of that entire system has been developed. What we expect, every HAI should contribute towards the national development. HAI का role क्या है? They have to produce the required human resource. They have to produce a capacity building of individual, and they have to produce the required human resource so that he can contribute, he can cater to the economy, he can cater to the society and as a whole to the nation. So contribution in national development is very much required. How HEI is doing that in his activity, that will look during the SSR or during the peer team visit. Fostering the global competencies. Now entire village is becoming flat. What is happening here at NAAC or here at Anjuman, it is being I can say observed and listened by many people on the net. It is becoming flat now. And therefore, if our student has to perform in any part of the world, they should require the required competency. They should require the core competencies among them. And they should be able to face the challenges across the global. And therefore, it is very, very essential that how we are developing these core competencies among the students, how we are preparing the students so that they can face the challenges wherever they go. We have to develop these competencies among the students, and therefore it is very, very important that collaboration we are talking of, there should be collaboration with the world of knowledge, there should be collaboration with the world of experience. Therefore, we are asking collaboration with the industries. Therefore, we are asking good academic collaboration with the IITs, NITs, so that students should get exposed to those areas, and they can adopt, they can learn, they can acquire the core competencies so that they can go any part of the world, again they can perform more. Inculcating the value system. हमारे भारत देश में there are pluralities, diversities are there. हमारा ऐसा मानना है कि हम स्टूडेंट्स को कम्युनिटी करके नहीं देखते, उसको सिर्फ जॉब मिलना. व्हाट इज द यूटिलिटी? बीई क्यों कर रहा है? जॉब मिलने के लिए. दैट इज नॉट ओनली द पर्पस. पर्पस इज अगेन मेनी. दिस इज वन ऑफ द पर्पस. And therefore, not acquiring the skill is important. Imbibing the values within the student is also very, very important. Therefore, we have rich traditions of very good values. We have kindness, truthness, non-violence, cooperation, coexistence. All those values must be inculcated into the students. How with the various programs, how with the various activities, HEI is trying to inculcate these values in the system, in the students, so that we can get better citizens. That is the point. What inculcating the value system. Promotion of use of technology. टेक्नोलॉजी के बेनिफिट्स हम घर में देख रहे हैं. We all are witnessing the use of technology. We are using the technology at home for day-to-day operations, day-to-day purpose. Why we are not using them in the activities of HEI? It is expected that HEI should use ICT in teaching learning, in administration, in examination, in data management. Therefore, we are asking in the document, ERP document. We want that, so that we should have other time available where we can do other developments. So you promotion of use of technology, how your bandwidth कितनी है, आपके पास यदि bandwidth नहीं है तो आपका स्टूडेंट जो है जो बैठा हुआ है कंप्यूटर पे, how you can access, but what speed that whatever the document he want to download it is coming down, how much time it is taking. They are very 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 important. And the last thing is quest for excellence. वो छोटा कर दो क्या, नहीं आ रहा क्या? Last, anyway, and last is quest for excellence. Every HEI should demonstrate that they want to be excellent. They are part of entire education system. They should demonstrate that yes, they want to become a best institute in the particular region, in the particular state, in particular country. So that is what is required. This already you know what is the criteria for applying for assessment accreditation. Next slide, please. For application to for accreditation to NAAC, what is required is it must complete 2 batches of graduation. That institute must have completed 2 batches of graduation or 6 years of whatever the establishment. Whatever is earlier, that is okay. Then they must have regular students on roll, and they must have campus in India, not outside. If they have outside, if they have campus outside the India, then they have to take prior permission from that university. They have to give that recognition letter. Then what is required is university recognition letters. It is very very important. Then you can go for reassessment also, if you are not happy with the grades or anything like that. After 1 year and before 3 years, people are coming for reassessment also, so they can come. And then for subsequent cycle, just already I have sharing with principal sir that you have to submit IIQA before the 6 months of expiry of your validity, whenever you are going for next cycle, so that the same grade you will be in accreditation zone. You will not out of accredited. If your expiry is over and then you submit for IIQA, then you will not be accredited college. We cannot host that you are accredited on your website. If you are putting it like that and it is identified, action can be taken against that HEI. ऐसे अभी करीब 300 HEI हमने आइडेंटिफाई किए हैं जो जिनकी वैलिडिटी की है वो तो अभी होस्ट कर रहे हैं, उनके ऊपर एक्शन होगा. So that is the requirement. This is the process. Next slide, please. This I will the next slide. This is the process of complete assessment and accreditation. What we do at NAAC. Whenever HEI wants to come in A&A process, they have to do registration. They have to come onto the NAAC portal. On NAAC portal, they will put on the tab that they want to registration. For registration, only whatever email ID of the HEI is there, that will be their ID for the NAAC, and they will be given the required password after submitting the minimum documents. Once their registration is over, they can go for IIQA. IIQA, Institutional Information for Quality Assessment. Now you can do IIQA anytime during the year, no problem. But for IIQA, 3-4 documents are very important. The first most important document, अभी जितना सा experience मेरे को हुआ है, institute is not providing current year's affiliation letter of all the program offered by that institute. IIQA जब आप सबमिट करते हो तो हमको उस करंट ईयर का यूनिवर्सिटी का अफिलिएशन लेटर चाहिए, यदि आपका परमानेंट अफिलिएशन है तो भी. Is it okay? With all the programs which you are offering. Then if you are offering some engineering program that we call as SRA, Statutory Regulatory Authority. For engineering, that authority is AICT. For medical, it is Medical Council of India. Like that. So, a recognition letter or approval letter from SRA is also required of that current year, mentioning all the programs and intake. Because from that document, we check your intake in SSR. This is very, very important. That is a proof with us that you have been given this much of intake capacity and how much you are claiming during filling the SSR. Okay, these are the two very, very important documents. Other documents, the list of faculties, the list of non-teaching staff, the RTI declaration, then whatever committees are required nowadays uh, for all IQAC committee, that is IQAC cell is required. Regular meeting of the cell is required. Minutes of the meeting is required. These are very, very essential. Then anti-ragging cell, then human harassment cell, SC/ST cell, all these cells should be operational and functional. That is to be given onto the website. If these things are there, IIQA will be accepted. If IIQA is not accepted, rejected because of some reason, then you can again reapply with the same fees 2 times again. So 3 times you can apply with the same fees. Once you submit the IIQA, then within 45 days you have to submit SSR, सेल्फ स्टडी रिपोर्ट 45 दिनों के अंदर सबमिट करना जरूरी है. यदि 45 दिन के अंदर हम नहीं करते हैं तो वो रिजेक्ट हो जाता है. मैक्सिमम आपको हम 15 दिन का एक्सटेंशन दे सकते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ सम स्पेसिफिक रीजन. इफ यू मेंशन द स्पेसिफिक रीजन, कोई प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, फ्लड आ रहा है, एग्जाम चल रही है, इफ सच रीजंस आर देयर देन वी कैन गिव द एक्सटेंशन ऑफ 15 days मैक्सिमम, अगेन फ्रॉम द परमिशन फ्रॉम द कॉम्पिटेंट अथॉरिटी. इसलिए this documentation part is not easy. So whenever you are thinking for submission, your SSR should be almost ready by the time you apply IIQA. Almost it should be ready by the time you are applying for IIQA, so that you can make the modifications and accordingly you can submit it within 45 days. Once it is submitted, then this SSR is evaluated. SSR comprises of 2 parts. One is quantitative matrix, the other one is qualitative matrix. Quantitative matrix, these are just the figure and facts which we are submitting along with the proofs. They are validated by DVV, data validation and verification process. इसके लिए हमारे पास थर्ड पार्टी लोग हैं. We have third parties which are evaluating this DVV. We call them as a DVV partners. आपके पास से SSR हमारे पास आने के बाद we allot this SSR to the DVV partners, and they verify all these your criteria and matrix as per the documents provided by you. With respect to SOP, they are correct or not. If they feel that you have not given the required document, they will again ask you this document you have not given, provide that document. That is called as DVV HEI clarification stage. आपने clarification देने के बाद फिर DVV उसको और reprocess करता है. If think the values which you have given is correct, okay. If you think it is not correct, then he will suggest his own values. Then it will come to NAAC. Then at NAAC we verify it. We have 3-stage verification at NAAC also, and then we come to the final things. On the basis of that, simultaneously, student satisfaction survey is also been conducted. Criteria number 2.7.1, that is the metric in criteria 2, where we will be giving questionnaire will be sent to the students. You will be providing the whatever mail IDs and phone number of 50% of the total strength of the student therein. Out of that, minimum 10% should respond. In colleges, we are asking minimum 10% or 100, whatever is lesser. उतने लोगों ने रिस्पॉन्ड किया तो ही वो वैल्यू वहां पे कंसिडर होती है, नहीं तो 0 आता है. That is very, very important. So this together too, when it goes, your score is generated, and if your score is more than 25%, then only you will be declared as a qualifier. So this is the second stage. पहला स्टेज IIQA का है, वो आपने हर्डल पास कर दिया, then you will have to go to the pre-qualifier. Once pre-qualifier is there, then peer team visit will be constituted in the 90 days. Peer team members, one person for particularly for HEI, one will be the vice chancellor of the university, second will be the professor, and third will be the principal of the any particular institute. These 3 members will come and visit, and accordingly they verify only qualitative metrics. They will verify only qualitative metrics, but they can also ask you the data what you have submitted for the quantitative as well. But they cannot comment anything on quantitative. That has been already taken care of. They are there only to put their comments on qualitative metrics, and accordingly, cumulatively, then the grade has been declared. So this is the overall process how assessment accreditation has been done. I would like to come to one particular point, focus on this extended profile. All of you must be knowing. This is very, very important. Extended profiles, these are some questions, and you have to give the correct answers for these questions. Because this will be denominator for many of the matrix in the criteria. ये फिगर यदि आपने गलत दे दिया तो वहां पे आपका कैलकुलेशन एवरेज जो है वो पूरा रॉन्ग आता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल जस्ट यू कैन सी चेंज इट they are in 2.1 number of students year wise during the last 5 years. So here you have to provide total number of students across all the years, first year, second year, third year, final year, in that year, in that academic year. If you give this value improperly, this is being used, this value has been used as a denominator in 9 matrix. When you have submitted your SSR in first cycle, in 9 matrix, this is acting as a divider for that value. If this value is incorrect, there also your calculation will go wrong. So one must be very, very careful whenever we are giving values for this extended profile. As far as new manual is concerned, which you will be now using, here earlier we have almost many questions for extended profile. Now only we have 4 questions. One is number of students year wise. Second one is number of full-time teachers. Repeat counting is not required. Other one is number of students number of teachers year wise. And finally, the expenditure excluding salary. पूरा खत्म कर दिया है नया मैनुअल में, इतना बड़ा कुछ नहीं है. Here are almost 12 to 15 questions are there. In new manual, there are only 4 questions. 3 criteria, one for student, one for the teacher, and third one is for expenses. Finish. Okay. So if possible, I will show you at the last the extended profile in the new manual, which you will be using for preparation of SSR. Next. Again, next. Now, this is the criteria on the basis of which entire assessment has been carried out. All of you know this criteria. There is no need to tell you these criteria. And the whatever in red bullet, these are the areas where you are suffering very severely during last assessment process. In that particularly, in the criteria 3, you have scored very less. Very less. Okay. So I will be focusing on that. This is the CGPA which you have scored. This next slide, please. So in research and innovation, it is 1.68. If somehow you raise it to 3, your total CGPA will be more than 3, and you will be declared A. And when you will be declared A, you will be entitled to go for autonomy. So this is the area. Then rest of the things in student support and progression, in government leadership and management, institutional values, also score is less, but more focus you have to give on research, innovation, and extension activities. Next slide, please. Just look at the score. Research, innovation, and extension, only 1.9. Rest of the thing, criteria number 5, 6, and 7, they are about 2.6. So there is also scope, tremendous scope of improvement, but lot of scope is there. Only 100 marks are there on research, innovation, and extension for the colleges, for the institutions. But here we should score maximum. Next slide. Just see the last. Look at the total number of matrix in universities. Still it is 115. For autonomous institution, it is 107. When your institute has gone for the accreditation, they are 121. Now it has been reduced down to 55 only. The manual which you are referring for the autonomous and affiliated institutions, at present, we have reduced down the total matrix to 55 only. Lot of changes has been made. lot of data which you expect to submit, that has been reduced down, because we know the institutes are struggling. Institute has to give data for NBA. Institute has to give data for NAAC. Institute has to give data for NIRF. Institute has to give data to the university. Documentation, documentation, documentation. Institutes are fed up with the documentation. Now also we are coming that one nation, one data. That things are in pipeline. Already they are working. Where if the data is there at particular, we fetch the data from there itself. We will not ask that data. That thing may come, but it will take some time, 1 year or so. At NAAC, we are going for data. We have entire new building is coming up with data analysis. Entire real-time data will be captured there from all HEI. You will not be giving at but fixed time data. Real-time data will be captured, and from there itself we will come out with the whatever references or whatever conclusions we can do from there itself. This will be coming in 1 year. Already that building was ready, just in the NAAC itself. It is a part of NAAC. So that will come, but that is a different part. So we want to reduce down the burden. We want to reduce down whatever HEIs, because there are lot of documentation is required for all of these agencies to be supplied. So it has been substantially brought down now. You have now only 21 qualitative metrics and 34 quantitative metrics. तो बहुत कम हो चुका है, डरने की कोई बात नहीं है, अभी डेटा भी कम लगने वाला है, सिर्फ जो भी देने वाले हो वो फैक्ट्स हो, उसके डॉक्यूमेंट, उसके प्रूफ्स बराबर हो. You are giving, you are published 55 numbers of papers. You are giving the data of only 25 papers. फिर हमने तो 55 का दिया था, आप हमारे कंसिडर नहीं है, बट डेटा आपका प्रूफ ही नहीं है हमारे पास. How we can validate that? So for whatever figures you are giving, there should be substantial documentation for that. Same value is there, then very easily we can get the scores. So let us move to the criteria now. The first criteria is regarding the curricular aspect. The curricular aspects, it is very, very important aspect. It is the mainstay of any educational institute. But as far as affiliated college is concerned, we are there only for implementation of that curricula. We cannot modify the curricula. We cannot revise the curricula. We cannot develop the curricula. So it is a part of university. They will take care of revision of curriculum. They will make entire procedure. They will put the required curricula. They will make required guidelines for that. They will suggest how it is to be verified. But that is not a part of HEI. As far as HEI is concerned, our role is only how we are with the required human resources, with the required infrastructure, how unique way we are initiating wide range of courses and programs to the students. That's what we are going to observe in this particular criteria. What kind of programs, what kind of courses you are giving to your students as per the national, global, and local requirement. That is what is being changed, required. So that's what we check here. So this is the first criteria. Next slide. So 1.1, it is for university. Next, curricular planning and implementation, that is related to us. Academic flexibility, curriculum enrichment, and feedback system. These are the 4 key indicators in this particular criteria. Next slide, please. This is the score. This is the metric-wise analysis of criteria number 1 and 2. So you just look into criteria 1. You can see here 1.2.1 you have got 0. 1.2.1 is 0. Rest of the thing is okay. Rest of the thing is above 3. So there is no problem. So in first curricular aspect, you have done very well. Next slide, please. So already I have told you that what we want here in curriculum implementation, how, in what way we are implementing this curriculum with the best of resources which we have. That's what we are going to check in this particular process. So how many number of programs are there, how many students are enrolled, all those things are discussed in this particular program. Next slide, please. This presentation I have made as per the your submission. This is not as per the new. So here these are the questions. Pehla question, that is how you are.
Questions have been changed.
Yes, to some extent. Little bit modifications are there.
Somewhat less or somewhat more.
Less, I have already told you. Of 121 questions are now only 55.
Some more questions are merged to make it.
In some cases it is merged. In some cases, if they are redundant, they are completely deleted. They are completely deleted. This is a very important thing. This is a qualitative matrix. This will be judged by the peer team member. I will not go into that. How you ensure the effective curriculum delivery? आप किस तरह से ensure करते हो कि आपकी delivery अच्छे से है? यूनिवर्सिटी का सिलेबस, यूनिवर्सिटी का academic calendar, as per that you are preparing your academic calendar, as per that then teaching schedule, minutes of meeting, board of studies meeting, everything, how you are ensuring that you have to give and document in this particular question. How many certificates and diploma programs you have introduced in last 5 years? Number of certificates and diploma program introduced. Percentage of participation of full-time teachers in various universities के body में हमारे college से कितने लोग जाते हैं, कितने बार जाते हैं? BOS meeting है, BOE meetings है, then curriculum development and design meeting है, evaluation है. So whether our faculties are participating or not, it is very, very important. So that things are asked in this particular question. Next. Academic flexibility. What is academic flexibility? During the tenure, during the time frame, during the period of program which we are offering, जो program 4 साल का हमारा है, उसमें हम बच्चों को कितनी flexibility देती है? How much flexibility you are offering? CBCS is coming. Earlier time we have elective courses. That is the choice with the students. We should now have CBCS program. All the programs are CBCS. So we are giving them the choices. That is what is called as academic flexibility. Apart from that, how many new courses are introduced? अभी हमारा problem ये है कि with the university only when they introduce new courses, then only we can introduce that. But for autonomous and for university itself, they can introduce many courses. So how many number of new courses are introduced? How many programs of the total program are CBCS? अभी भी छत्तीसगढ़ में, गुजरात में, मध्य प्रदेश में CBCS implement नहीं हुआ है. Partially it is implemented. So they are getting less mark in this particular criteria. Next. तो आपका जो mark 1.2.1 में आया था last time, this is whatever I have highlighted yellow. List of new courses introduced, number of new courses introduced. So being affiliated to university has not introduced, therefore you have not introduced. But now I will again suggest, if university is not introduced, till you introduce new courses, not here, but in the add-on courses, value-added courses. उस criteria में आप डाल दीजिए add-on courses, value-added courses, where at least you should have 10 in first year, 10 in second year, 10 in third year, 10 in final year, and choices should be given to the students. If student complete that particular 30 hours of course program, you provide them certificate. Advanced version of that course you put in the second year, not included in the syllabus. Okay?
Breach courses and value-added courses are the same.
Yeah. To particularly what happens, where we call it a breach courses, this particular term what we are using, it is for the slow learners. When the students are unable to cope up with the regular students, to make them up to that level, we are putting some breach courses in there. उसको mathematics समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, advanced mathematics हमारा engineering का समझ में नहीं आ रहा, तो mathematics department में एक breach course बना लिया, where he can get the minimum requirement, so that he can very well do M1, M2, what is required in first year and second year. That is breach course, so that he can be elevated, because we will not get all the students there must be slow learners, but what HEI is doing to bring them to at least normal regular students, that we can call as a breach courses or that we call as the remedial classes and all those things. That also we can take into this account. Add-on courses.
What is the number of hours for add-on courses that should be calculated? Minimum number of hours.
That benchmarks I cannot tell. That is not within my purview. That I cannot disclose, but I can pass on the information for all of you that very soon NAAC is going to disclose our all benchmarks. आपके और बहुत सारे हमारे हायर एजुकेशन के ऊपर से लेके मिनिस्ट्री तक एवरीबडी इज थिंकिंग, बट एज फार एज वी आर कंसर्न, वी आर टेलिंग दैट बेंचमार्क शुड नॉट बी डिस्क्लोज्ड. Partially it should be disclosed, not for every matrix. Otherwise, it will become a very, very problematic thing. But let us see what happens. But it is in the pipeline. Decision has been made that very soon HEI is likely to get, as per the type of HEI, benchmark will be disclosed. यहाँ से यहाँ आएगा तो कितने मार्क्स आएंगे? 0 रहेगा. यहाँ से यहाँ है तो 1 आएगा. यहाँ से यहाँ है तो 2 आएगा. यहाँ से यहाँ रेंज है तो 5 आएगा या 4 आएगा. 0 to 4 scale is there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That you will get it. But I don't think for all matrix, for some of the matrix you will get it. I will just move on to the next slide, please. This is what I am talking of. How many new value-added courses you are adding? How many add-on courses you are putting? Value-added courses, value, it is apart from the curriculum. Minimum 30 hours duration. There should be prescribed syllabus for that. Prescribed content for that, prescribed evaluation system for that, attendance of the student should be there for that, and certificate given to the student for that. If these things are there, then you have done add-on course. Okay, so this is required. तो हमने add-on course ले लिया, certificate बाहर के एजेंसी से दे दिया. बाहर के एजेंसी से नहीं, आपने खुद ने बनाना है वो. It is prepared by you only. Then those marks will be given. Add-on courses and value-added courses. Value-added courses, value reaching to enhancement in the skill of the student. Add-on courses, increasing the knowledge of the students. Skill increasing, value-added courses. Increasing knowledge, that is add-on courses. हमारे बच्चों को ज्ञान नहीं है, हमने तो भी एक एड-ऑन कोर्सेज दे दिया. इंजीनियरिंग के बच्चे हैं, हमने इकोनॉमिक्स का कोर्स दे दिया. Enhancing the knowledge. हमारे को we have to give that IPR or what income tax returns we have to fill. Related to that, we have developed some courses that has been passed on to them. That will be beneficial for them. So these are what we talk of in this case. तो बहुत सारे autonomous institutes और बहुत सारे universities अभी what they are doing, they are preparing such 30 or 20 add-on courses, and they are making it elective. And after making them elective, students are making choice out of them. So when they complete the first year of that course, they provide them certificate. When they advance course of that, they provide them the diploma certificates. These are all things are possible, and that will also increase the value of the students also. They also feel that they are getting from the HEI what they want for the purpose for which they are coming over here. But then for that, we faculty has to work very hard. Entire thing depends upon faculties. Next. And feedback system, this is very, very important. This criteria is on curriculum. We are asking the feedback given by the student, parent, teacher, alumni, and employer. Student filled in form should be there. There they give the remark that we have collected the feedback, we have analyzed the feedback, we have taken action taken report, and we have submitted it to the university also, hosted on the website. फीडबैक फॉर्म सिर्फ स्टूडेंट से लेते हैं और बोलते हैं हमने चारों से ले लिए, नहीं होता है. वी वांट फिल्ड इन फॉर्म फ्रॉम ऑल स्टेक होल्डर्स, देन ओनली यू विल गेट ऑल द मार्क्स, अदरवाइज यू विल नॉट गेट. इट मस्ट बी होस्टेड ऑन द वेबसाइट ऑफ योर ओन, व्हाट एक्शन यू हैव टेकन फॉर ईच ईयर, not for during you are submitting. For each year you have to take the student feedback, employers feedback, parents feedback, teachers feedback regarding the curriculum and development of the curriculum. This is because this particular aspect is related to curriculum aspect. इसमें क्या होता है, HEI एक भी curricula के ऊपर question दे रहता है उनके questionnaire में. They don't have any one question related to curricula, and they are submitting that filled in form. They are asking how is the library, how is the college, how is the classrooms, whether you are provided with the library books or not. curricula के बारे में बात ही नहीं है, 0 marks they will get. बाद में हमको फोन आते हैं, पर हमने तो सब दे दिया, हमको 0 आ गया. अरे भैया आपने करिकुला पर एक भी क्वेश्चन ही नहीं है आपकी क्वेश्चनर में, तो हम दिस इज एंटायरली फॉर द रिवीजन एंड रीडिजाइन ऑफ करिकुलम. दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. नेक्स्ट, these are the questions on it. Next slide please. This is our area, teaching, learning and evaluation. हम सब लोग ये चीजें करते हैं, बहुत अच्छे से करते हैं. But what here we are expecting that here we want to serve the students from different abilities. हमारे पास जो बच्चे आते हैं वो सबकी ability एक ही नहीं होती, कुछ बहुत फास्ट लर्नर होते हैं, कुछ बहुत स्लो लर्नर होते हैं. So we have to find out the mechanism. Interactive instructional techniques are need to be developed. Interactive instructional techniques so that they can be placed into higher order thinking. हमने डिबेट करवाने हैं, हमने उनसे प्रेजेंटेशन करवाने हैं, हमने उनको सेमिनार देने को लगाना है, हमने उनको इंडस्ट्री में भेजना है, हमने उनको इंटर्नशिप करवाना है, हमने उनको ज्यादा से ज्यादा एक्सपेरिमेंट करवाना है. यूनिवर्सिटी प्रिस्क्राइब 8 एक्सपेरिमेंट, व्हाई डोंट यू परफॉर्म 15 एक्सपेरिमेंट? जरूरी थोड़ी है यूनिवर्सिटी ने लिखा है 8 करना है करके, बस इसमें से तुम पूरे करवाओ, क्या प्रॉब्लम क्या है? दे शुड बी एक्सपोज, दे शुड लर्न मोर थ्रू एक्सपेरिमेंट्स. दे कैन लर्न मोर बिकॉज दे आर परफॉर्मिंग इट, दे आर डूइंग इट. It is important. So that's what we are expecting, how we are using that. And then here also we are going to judge the competency of the teacher also, how he is developing professional competency, whether he is publishing the papers or not, whether he is fetching the research grants or not, whether he is submitting the projects or not. All things are evaluated in criteria number 2, and this has 350 marks, maximum marks in our affiliated colleges. Out of 1000, maximum marks are given to criteria number 2. Next, please. Just look into the universities, it is only 200, and for autonomous colleges 300, but for affiliated and constituent college, we have given maximum weightage to this criteria, that is 350. So here we have 7 key indicators. The first key indicator, next slide please. Student enrollment and profile. So all of you know we are doing admissions through the centralized admission systems. So we are giving as per the merit orders, whatever is coming. As your minority institute is there, your own quota, as per that you can fill the students in that. But apart from that, here we look into see that how other people, you try to accommodate, you try to give them admission in your institutes, so that to ensure the equity, to ensure the accessibility to all the students, what provisions we are making, that also we look into this particular criteria. And therefore, we are always talking of in the criteria, how many seats are filled against reserve category. Reserve category के लिए earmark कितने हैं और उसमें से भरे कितने. So seats filled in divided by whatever are earmark. यदि ज़्यादा seat filled है, that means you are catering to the needs of the society. If seat नहीं भरी है, that means you are not making efforts to fill that seats. Next. हम लोग उस जमाने में मार खा ही रहे थे. दिस इज द एरिया वेयर यू आर लूजिंग 2.1.2 number of students admitted and number of sanctioned seats. During last accreditation cycle, you have scored very less in this particular criteria. Maybe 30%, 35%, 40% of the admissions are taking place at that particular time. इस साल से थोड़ा improve हो रहा है. Let's see how things will hold. But weightage is there. Then already I have told you in 2.1.3 how many seats are filled against the reserved category. आपका 50%, 60% जो भी है minority का apart, that is there, but remaining in the remaining seats, how you are filling it, that plays important role. That shows that your inclination, your efforts were to get the students from other communities also. Catering to the students' needs.
Second year admitted students are also considered here.
Second year admission students are also considered. Yes, because your strength will increase. In 2.1, in whatever total number of students we are asking, there that total students will come. You have to just give that second year students admitted through admission process in the diploma, that will be considered. Just you have to give the proof of that. So here we are talking of the learning levels of the students. What you are doing to assess the learning level of the student. Are you assessing the students in the beginning? How you are assessing? They are slow learners and they are fast learners. एग्जाम होने के बाद तब तक तो सेमेस्टर खत्म हो जाएगा. There should be proper mechanism of identifying the slow learners and fast learners, and you should have make required provisions, required corrections, so that these slow learners can be brought with the normal state. Remedial classes are there. Then proxy teachers. हम एडवांस लर्नर के लिए क्या कर सकते हैं? एडवांस लर्नर से किसी को आप आइडेंटिफाई करिए एज अ प्रॉक्सी टीचर. He will teach to those slow learners in a group of 5. So that work you are giving to the advanced learner. What you are doing for advanced learner, that also we are asking. And automatically the slow learners will also learn from the same student. Then that will be monitored by the teacher, and accordingly they can come. So there should be various mechanisms by which we should be in position to identify the slow learners in the beginning itself. तो आपके रिजल्ट्स अच्छे आएंगे. ये तो आपका वो क्राइटेरिया में आप मार्क खाते हो 2.6.3 where your results are less. नेक्स्ट, ये निकाल दिया हमने 2.2.3 अभी. परसेंटेज ऑफ डिफरेंटली एबल स्टूडेंट्स ऑन रोल्स. दिस इज नॉट देयर नाउ इन द न्यू मैनुअल. Directly this we have put into the earmark sheet for reserved categories. In there itself there is a provision for Divyanjan. Okay, there you can put that how much is reserved for them and how much of them are admitted. This is removed now. Teaching learning process. What kind of teaching learning process we are adopting? Earlier it is teacher centric. Now it should be student centric. पार्टिसिपेटिव लर्निंग है क्या? कोलैबोरेटिव लर्निंग है क्या? एक्सपेरिमेंशियल लर्निंग है क्या? पार्टिसिपेटिव लर्निंग, प्रोजेक्ट्स, सेमिनार्स, कोलैबोरेटिव लर्निंग्स, एक्सपेरिमेंशियल लर्निंग, इंटर्नशिप, गिविंग देम अ प्रोजेक्ट इन द इंडस्ट्रीज. प्रोजेक्ट इज अ काइंड ऑफ कोलैबोरेटिव लर्निंग. फाइनल ईयर का प्रोजेक्ट जो हमारा है इंजीनियरिंग का, वो कोलैबोरेटिव लर्निंग. 5 ग्रुप विद द टीचर कम टुगेदर, दे कोलैबोरेट, दे इंटरैक्ट, दे डिजाइन, अगेन दे डू लॉट ऑफ deliberations, again they come with the conclusions, again they do collaborative learning. All those things are very, very important, and nowadays it is very, very important that whether we teacher are known with the learning management system or not. With the latest digital platform, we have different resources. We are, whether we are familiar with that or not, whether we are using it or not, that is very required. तो 45 आवर्स का थ्योरी क्लास में कम से कम 10 क्लास आप उसको सेमिनार हॉल में लेके जाके वीडियो दिखाइए. ये नहीं मिला. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस में मैकेनिकल वाला अभी कोई बचा नहीं है यहाँ पे. एक ही है सर मैकेनिकल में. सर आप एनीबॉडी नो? नो वन इज देयर. मैकेनिकल में आप मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस के वीडियो दिखाइए, कास्टिंग का वीडियो दिखाइए, वेल्डिंग का वीडियो दिखाइए, स्टील मेल्टिंग का वीडियो दिखाइए. लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर देयर वेयर ऑल दोस थिंग्स आर अवेलेबल ऑन नैपटेल. नैपटेल के लिए बच्चों को इंसिस्ट करिए ना that they have to go for the certification from the NAPTEL. They have to register for NAPTEL course. You put the list of that with you. How many students are registered for that? आप वो सबमिट कर सकते हैं NAAC के डॉक्यूमेंटेशन. That will be accepted.
So can we count NPTEL courses as value-added courses?
Yes, you can count it, but you should have entire documentation available with you. You can count it. कितने लोगों ने, because it is free. Students is doing that, but it is not available with us. That is the problem. But you should have complete documentation of that. Very easily you can claim it. You have to provide the certificates. This many number of students have enrolled for that course. These many numbers have completed the course. Certificates.
Eventually they will get a certificate from NPTEL.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. There are some agencies which we have accepted. These are national agencies, so we have accepted their certifications. So the same thing, next slide please. Again, next slide please. I think this is the area where again you have scored less. Teachers profile and quality. Number of PhDs, number of research guides. Next slide please. Yes, it is there. Number of full-time teachers with PhDs. Here you have scored very less. How many PhDs are there now?
30%.
If 100 faculties are there,
72 faculties, 74 faculties are, and 30%.
30% of them are PhDs. Sir, please make sure that at least, but completed we want. We want completed PhDs.
It is more than 30%.
Now here to what HEI make the mistake, what they do, they put the PhDs which are obtained, for example, 2021, only that number. We do not want that. We want all the faculties with PhDs in 2021. अभी सर ने पीएचडी यदि 2005 में किया है तो ये असेसमेंट डेटा में आएगा नहीं का आएगा ना भैया. He is there with the PhD in 16, 17, 17, 18, 18. In there you have to put year-wise numbers of that. बहुत सारे institutes क्या करते हैं? They give only the number, only those who have got PhDs during that assessment. Okay, so make sure that that should be there. And PhD certification is required. PhD awarding certificate, that is that degree certificate, you have to host it. We check it, and then only the things are finalized. Provisional degree certificate is not accepted. Okay. And then the total experience of the full-time teachers. Full-time teacher is a teacher who, it can be ad hoc teacher, but who can take 90% of the total load in that year. That we can treat as a full-time teacher. It should be signed and authenticated by the principal of the institute. Then we can consider it. Okay, but here we do not consider physical education teacher and librarian. They are not teachers. They are not full-time teachers. Similarly, they should not be a mentor also. आप दोनों को उसमें डाल देते हो, आपके मार्क्स उसमें आपका नंबर कम हो जाता है बाद में. Okay, physical education. You have approval of that cadre is there. That cadre is there. We call them as a grade that they get the scale of assistant professor, associate professor.
Approval from university.
Yeah, but they here the question is full-time teacher. Therefore, they are not full-time teacher except BPEd college or BEd college.
They are full-time teacher.
There they are full-time teacher. We consider them because that is a degree awarding in that particular subject. But here, physical teacher and the librarian is not considered as full-time teacher. An experience less than 1 year we do not count.
Next time in our curriculum, there is a note to physical teacher also.
That is there. It will be there. In fact, they are getting the salaries or they are getting the grade of assistant professor also. Librarians there. But at NAAC, the question is full-time teacher. Are they teacher? They are taking the load. They are taking the subject. Which subject?
In curriculum, there is yoga and meditation subject. In curriculum, they have given the syllabus. Like this year, university has introduced that. And it is engaged with that.
Then that can be considered. If there is a subject, if there is a syllabus, and as per the syllabus prescribed by the university, if that teacher is engaging that syllabus, then okay, no, we will consider. But at that time, you put this document also. That is required. If then we'll consider.
We have allotted them the load. Like this is
But for that, only grading system is there for marks.
Which grading?
For those subjects. Grading system is there.
It is only audit. It is not considered in the final scores of the students.
yes.
You put in, we can consider. Because for example, in Madhya Pradesh also, they don't have the ad hoc teacher type of things. They have Jan Bhagidari kind of teachers we are putting. Jan Bhagidari in Madhya Pradesh. So therefore, we are excluding their names, but they have given all MP state government has given the documentation. This is what against that particular sanction post, they are filling it in terms of Jan Bhagidari, Shikshan Sevak or Shikshak like that. So we are now, they have given the document by the government of Maharashtra, government of Madhya Pradesh. So now we can consider it. ऐसा कुछ बहुत rigid नहीं है. Whatever you feel, apart from these SOPs, standard operating procedures, whatever you feel the document which can substantiate your claim, you can submit that.
Like sir, many staff members, those who are doing valuation, they are checking the papers and all, but they may not be having documents right now with them. So can we have the letter from the university that these staff members have done the valuation?
वो आपका और यूनिवर्सिटी का रिलेशन है, हमको डॉक्यूमेंट चाहिए.
That will be accepted.
No, we want from university, these faculties have taken a part in valuation of this subject during this year. Certified by registrar or confidential section of the exam, we'll accept. No problem. Okay. Next. This is again the area. Next slide, please. This is the area again. 2.4.4. Last slide.
During pandemic,
Last slide, sir. Sir.
was MCQ pattern question paper.
Yes.
And they were directly assessed.
Yeah.
So how come we will get marks for those?
Whatever we have done at institute at that particular time, that marks we have sent to the university. Accordingly, their results, students' results have been declared. So that is there. Pass percentage is there. You will get the document from the university.
So we did paper setting.
Yes. Paper setting is also being done.
Valuation we have not.
Valuation we haven't done,
Va-
paper setting we have done.
Valuation and every won't be getting.
The marks you will be getting now.
Valuation also we have done.
Sir, the question is, during pandemic, you have been asked to prepare MCQs. for the
Yes,
university.
you have
There is
prepared
a
MCQs. Yes,
document.
MCQs. But that MCQs we have sent to the university.
Yes, sir.
Then accordingly the results are declared. So results are there, MCQ questions are there. University can give you. Okay, as per the BOS of mechanical, civil, we have made those different papers. We have submitted to them. Then students have given it online, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I remember for few of the time I was there. Here the problem is then as far as teachers are concerned, awards 2.4.4. Here you are lagging last time. There should be award letters from the state, national, and international level. Recognize for the full teachers. That has some weightage because it indicates the quality of the teacher. If we are getting recognition from the state, national level, that means that caliber of faculty is with that particular institute. Naturally, it is going to reflect in terms of the students, whatever feedback, whatever input we are giving to the students. So weightage is there for that.
So suppose we are getting it is before that academic year,
During that academic year,
during that academic.
during assessment period.
There are certain private awards.
No, not accepted. They are forged. In fact, they are generated, not accepted. Lions Club of Nagpur, not accept. जिसका इन्फ्लुएंस है वो ले लेगा वहां से. Only by recognized by state, national and international government bodies and agencies. ये criteria निकाल दिया गया. How many number of full-time teachers from other states? This is not there now. Next slide, please. Evaluation process. So here we want to assess the teaching, learning, and evaluation process. Because ultimately, what kind of feedback, why we do evaluation? We do evaluation so that student should know how he has performed. But that evaluation should be engrossed with the remarks, feedback evaluation. Because we want betterment of that student. At every level of assessment, first year, mid-sessional, at every level of assessment, whatever evaluation we are doing, it should be supported by feedback so that student can understand this is the area where he is lagging. Accordingly, he will prepare and he will perform better. ये पूरा का पूरा सिस्टम 10वीं तक है, 10वीं के बाद में खत्म हो जाता है. हम हमारे प्रैक्टिकल में भी नहीं लिखते, प्रैक्टिकल में साइन करते एक्सपेरिमेंट खत्म होने के बाद. Are we putting the remarks? Some of you are putting, some of you are not putting. Peer team members will check that. Whether we are checking the journals regularly. If not, at the end of the examination, some of we are checking regularly, some of us are not checking. पढ़े रहते हैं. फिर पढ़े रहने के बाद 10 एक्सपेरिमेंट चेक करना है, 100 बच्चों के कहां से रिमार्क आएगा? पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. That feedback should be there so that they can be accordingly, they can make the change. It is development induced feedback, what we talk of. Therefore, that system should be there. And NBA is there for engineering. Therefore, we already know with the POs and COs and PSOs. So we know how to do attainment of that. We must have certain criteria to check the attainment level of the students for that program outcomes and course outcome. That also you have to give in this particular case. This is not very much significant in NAAC, but is very, very important in case of NBA. Already we have prepared, I think you have also done NBA earlier. एक भी बार नहीं किया तो आपके COPOs बराबर है. How you are attaining it, how you are evaluating attainment of that. कोई उसका मेथड है, मैकेनिज्म नहीं है तो मैकेनिज्म इस्टेब्लिश करिए, मैकेनिज्म इस्टेब्लिश करके पेपर पे लाइए, हाउ मच लेवल हर सब्जेक्ट के लिए वी हैव एज पर द यूनिट 1 2 3 4 5 6 units will be there as per the whatever NAAC. There are I think 14 or 12 criteria, 12 program outcomes are there. How that is matching with that, just go and correlate all those things.
One question is there. We have submitted AQAR 3 times. Suppose some data is forgotten in submitting AQAR. And in SAR, if we include that data,
No problem right now. Right now there is no problem.
if it is authentic
Yes.
and correct,
Yes, you can
should be
submit.
considered.
Yeah. In fact, we are in process. Whatever these 5 AQAR you are going to submit, what thought process is there in the NAAC, that same 5 AQRs will become SSR of that institute. And then there is no need of submission of SSR. That means the documents and whatever the values you are giving there, in every AQR, they must be correct. So that further process will be simplified. Automatically everything will be taken care of. अभी वो नहीं हुआ है, पर हो सकता है in the due course of time. When that is fixed, then you cannot change the data, sir. But now you have a liberty. You can add if you are missing something in, because once AQR is accepted, then you cannot edit the data. AQR एक बार accept होने के बाद उसको edition possible नहीं है. But now there is a chance that whatever documents and whatever figures you want to give for the different academic years for different criteria, we can give with the supporting documents. No problem. We do not cross check it right now with the AQAR. Right now हम cross check नहीं कर रहे. जब ऐसा होगा, declaration आएगा, now you have to AQAR, and that will be linked with SSR. SSR will be generated out of that 5 AQR. तो ये सब process ही खत्म हो जाएगा. But that we want that to happen, and maybe this will also happen, sir, very soon. आपके accreditation जाने के पहले होता क्या पता नहीं, but this will happen very soon. Our new EC chairman is very dynamic related to that. Dr. Patwardhan had joined us as a EC chairman now recently. He is a vice president of UGC earlier. Very dynamic man from Pune. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. I will skip this. This already our next slide. Already our talk of COs should be there. We should mention the method of measuring attainment of POs, PSOs, and COs. Okay. Here pass percentage of student. Ultimately, ये question बहुत important है क्योंकि अगले वाला जो binary mode का accreditation आने वाला है, it will be outcome based completely. So pass percentage of student is directly relating to how the way we are teaching the students and the way students are understanding it. Direct relates with that. How many number of final year students appeared and how many number of final year students passed. Very important. And this is the student satisfaction survey which is being conducted during that particular SSR when you submit, where total 50% of the strength of the student is to be provided, their login details, their email IDs. Then from NAAC, the questionnaire will be sent to them. They have to respond back. At least 10% of them should respond back so that you can get the score in this. This is the criteria. Next criteria 3. This is the criteria where we have scored less last time. Minimum least performed metric at Anjuman. Here we want to see what policies, practices, and efforts are made by institute to promote research. To promote research culture, what you are facilitating, what efforts are being put in. This is very, very important. ये पूरा का पूरा जाता है HEI की तरफ. What policies they are adopting to promote the research culture in their institution. That's what we are going to check in this particular criteria. Next slide. Here we have 7 key indicators. For affiliated colleges, 120 marks are there. Next slide. And just look into the next slide again. Just look into all criteria number 3. It is bottom line. In many of the metrics, स्कोर ही नहीं है, 0 भी नहीं है, आपने अटेम्प्ट ही नहीं किया उसको, अटेम्प्ट ही नहीं किया है. 3.1.3 not attempted, 3.2.2 not attempted, 3.3.3 not attempted, 3.4.3 0, many of the matrix 1. In criteria 4 also, in some of the matrix you are done well, because it is infrastructure related, so that is not problem. Institutional infrastructure, that is very good, so you have got good marks in that. But this is the area where there is a significant scope of improvement. Research mobilization. Institute must provide support for financial support, academic support, human resource for the promotion of research. So we have to mobilize the resources to get the research. अभी हमको कहाँ से फंडिंग आ सकता है? DST से आएगा, AICT से आएगा, then other agencies, national agencies are also there, UGC is also there. हमारे लिए रूसा नहीं है, but all art commerce colleges they have रूसा also. They can get a fund of 10 lakh, 15 lakh, 30 lakh also in that case. IST, but for the value of the fund will be less. ऐसे हमारे we just for promotion we are getting this 30,000 as a sponsorship from the NAAC. We want to promote. You should take the seminar. There is no role पे अब इसके लिए तो बहुत ज़्यादा सेमिनार यदि बाकी लोग बुलाते तो बहुत खर्चा होता है. That 30,000 we have done for during the COVID period when the online kind of seminar is there. But then you can take a liberty that it has been given to the private colleges also. Now we are stopping giving these funds to the private colleges. Yeah, there is a completely that private institutions are well equipped. They have sufficient finances with them. मेरे समझाने से नहीं होता है वहाँ पे. मैं भी प्राइवेट कॉलेज से हूँ, मेरा मानते नहीं हो. They don't have required fund. No sir, they have fund. They are not releasing it. है ना, पर कौन एक्सेप्ट करता है? नहीं, उल्टा भी नहीं है मैडम, हर केस में उल्टा भी नहीं. नहीं, गवर्नमेंट के पास फंड है, but government is not releasing to that. Just you don't imagine the faculties. Here we have management, those can approve the sanction the post and they can be filled in immediately if required in the next week. For government, they give the things as per the roster to fill that post. 5 साल से मध्य प्रदेश में 15 साल से पोस्ट नहीं भरे हुए है. कहाँ से डेटा देंगे? पूरा मार खा जाते हैं वहां पे लोग. Government के पास पैसा, but releasing that fund, giving that in particular infrastructure of the institution, it is in their hand. They do not release. But here we can take decision, management can take decision and they can appoint. That liberty is with us, with the private management. Sir ji.
Sir, will it include the PhD facility for the...
No, we do not want to put in. How I will check it? How we will check it? आपके कॉलेज ने बोल दिया आपको 7 पे कमीशन दे दिया. हाँ. Yeah, you should get. Who will give? Your institute will give. Yes, they should give. But if they do not give, then what will happen? Seed money for teachers, that can be included over here. But this is not here in affiliated institutions. That particular question is there in the autonomous and university manual. For this, the weightage is less. Just go back slide. और बैक स्लाइड देखिए आप, इसमें रिसर्च मोबिलाइजेशन में सिर्फ 15 मार्क है. एंड इन फॉर दैट इज 3.1, it is in university promotion of research facilities. There we can give that seed money as a TA and DA. That can be included over here. Yeah, it is there for universities and autonomous. This particular criteria is not there for the university affiliated colleges. You can show that in your audit. You should not. You are not supposed to wear. It's between you and your HEI. What policies? What we want to see? What policies they have for the research? What policies they have developed? Whether they are facilitating or not, a peer team member will come and see that. If you are doing it well, if you are not doing it, then that as per that remarks will come.
If they are doing it, it will be considered.
Yeah, sure, it will be considered. It will be considered, no doubt. अरे ओडी क्या? अरे कॉलेज भेज रहा है ना भैया, कॉलेज दे रहा है ना ओडी.
So, but the proof can
Now just I am just talking to one of the peer team chairperson. She's supposed to go to the Haryana next first of. He rejected that. Their university to the vice chancellor they have made mandatory. In a year only they can go for 2 peer team visits. अभी मैं कहाँ से लाऊंगा फिर चेयरपर्सन? उनके वहाँ पे मिनिस्टर को बताना पड़ेगा अभी how you have made this kind of resolution or notice. यदि वो बंदा 2 ही बार साल में जाएगा तो काम कौन करेगा फिर? Such things are there. So every time we have to make a dialogue, we have to make communication, and we try to resolve it. One of the most important thing what we want to have, the number of grants which you have received, and private colleges are not receiving the required grants. The single purpose for that, what I feel, is we are unable to fill that research project in the given time. There should be administrative flexibility. यहाँ से जाएगा फिर वहां से जाएगा फिर अकाउंट ऑफिसर जाएगा फिर चेयरपर्सन के पास जाएगा उसमें वो 15 दिन का टाइम निकल जाता है डेडलाइन निकल जाती है वी आर अनेबल टू सबमिट द प्रोजेक्ट इसलिए हमको प्रोजेक्ट्स नहीं मिल रहे मेरे बारे में मेरे साथ में 4 बार हुआ है प्रोजेक्ट इज रेडी एवरीथिंग इज रेडी आई एम बट पासवर्ड प्रोटेक्टेड है पासवर्ड इंस्टीट्यूट के पास है कुछ लोगों के पास है वो मेरे को पासवर्ड नहीं दे रहे उनके पास जाके बैठना है उनके पास बैठने के लिए जाता हूं तो उनके पास टाइम नहीं है These are the specific periods within which we have to complete this entire assignment and submit. Then only we will get funds. Here, they have to be flexible. Administrative flexibility should be there, so that the faculty should be encouraged to submit the research project in due time. ये करना पड़ेगा नहीं तो रिसर्च फंड नहीं आएगा रिसर्च ग्रांट नहीं आएगा इसमें हम मार खाएंगे सेकंड क्राइटेरिया रिसर्च गाइड्स भी हमारे पास उस टाइम नहीं थे क्योंकि पीजी सेंटर भी नहीं था रिसर्च गाइड्स भी नहीं थे अभी शायद कुछ रिसर्च गाइड्स होंगे आई सपोज सो यू मस्ट हैव इम्प्रूव्ड इन दिस केस रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट पर टीचर this entire thing this entire matrix related with the research and innovation and therefore might have been during that particular period we have scored very less but now these are the areas where you have to do the improvement there must be research project there must be recognized PhD guides number of PhDs are already increased they must be now recognized guides they must have students working under them and you must have at least every one of you should have at least two projects 200 projects from some center
getting research center to guide the students.
still you have not got
No.
mechanical में भी नहीं किसी में नहीं
Mechanical में है,
that is okay at least at one place you have
but for electronics, electrical.
how many students how many PhDs are there depending upon the PhDs you apply to the university अभी तो हम accept कर रहे हैं you in the sense university is accepting now you provide the how many number of PhDs are available with you in that particular stream you want a research center for that you have required all the whatever the requirements are there for research center that is available with you you put a proposal for that
But for that, it requires permanent affiliation.
it is not
Yes, that is mandatory.
if it is not with you
No, it's not.
then go for permanent affiliation first and then for these things but now I think I have just 2-3 days back I have just talked with the Chaudhary sir of VC he told me that now those are the PhDs faculties they can become a guide with the students from other colleges or other place also with the research center as LIT now that provision has been made in the Nagpur University so now if you are interested and if you find the students then do register it with the center as LIT that resolution I think recently they have passed मैं उसके पीछे 1.5 साल से लगा हुआ था कि मेरे कॉलेज में भी मैकेनिकल का रिसर्च सेंटर नहीं था अभी आ गया now we have that so
Apply किया था मैंने कुछ आया है क्या रिजल्ट फॉर दैट नहीं कुछ मिला नहीं
फॉलो अप करिए सर
फॉलो कीजिए
फॉलो अप करिए
I applied to
थोड़ा सा BOS के आपका BOS चेयरमैन से मिलिए इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कौन सा है जो भी आपका बोर्ड है उनसे मिलिए ना प्रशांत माहेश्वरी okay then innovation ecosystem I have think you have started the incubation center at that time also I have seen it but really is it working for the name of the sake it is there only
No, it's working.
few computers are there, few posters are there, and nothing is happening. That is not for that sake. We should not do all those things for the display of all those things for the sake of the committee. Really, it should work. It should develop, create the knowledge, and you should disseminate the knowledge in terms of patents. Patents की बात तो बाद में करूंगा मैं. But now our engineering colleges are coming with good patent numbers because we have a very good research. Our faculties are making very good contribution in the research. Why don't we go for patents? नागपुर में बहुत सारे lawyers हैं. Contact them, one of the lawyers. Those are involved in the patenting. Discuss your research with them. They can do patenting for you. Indian मिल सकता है. हम लोग patent पे बहुत value will be added in this matrix. We can get very large number of. Though it is an institution, though it is affiliating colleges, but patents are there from this institution. That gives much value, weightage. Immediately peer team members reflect करते हैं. College बहुत अच्छा है, patents दिए हुए हैं. Please go for the patents if possible. And this is the question where people are doing workshops and seminars conducted on IPR. यहाँ पे हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट सभी के सभी सेमिनार जो कंडक्ट करते हैं सबकी लिस्ट दे देते हैं. We have conducted every year 10 seminars. So for 5 years 50 seminars. Question is there on IPR. Question is on there the industry academia initiative. So only on that, how many seminars you have conducted, the date of seminar, the photograph of that seminar, the geotag, then the description of that seminar, who are the resource persons. If these things are there, they are accepted. Next slide, please. ये हमारा एरिया मैंने अभी बात किया आपके साथ में. नंबर ऑफ पेटेंट्स, द नंबर ऑफ टीचर्स दोज हु रिसीव्ड द नेशनल इंटरनेशनल रिकॉग्निशंस, फेलोशिप्स, नंबर ऑफ सेमिनार्स, कॉन्फ्रेंसेस कंडक्टेड, रिसर्च पेपर पब्लिश्ड. अभी मैंडेटरी है. आप बोलते हो कि मैंने स्कोपस में पब्लिकेशन किया, आप बोलते हो मैंने एल्सवेयर में किया, वेब ऑफ साइंस में किया. सो ऑल द गुड पब्लिकेशन इन वेब ऑफ साइंस, स्कोपस, all those are included in UGC care list. They are all included. So here onwards already we have stated we will accept only publication in UGC care list. बाकी हम accept नहीं करेंगे. Fortunately for engineering we have all those journals available. They are in the UGC care list. Similarly books. कल ही हम अभी ये रिवाइज जो आपके पास मैनुअल आया है, अभी ऑटोनोमस का मैनुअल रिवीजन चल रहा है और यूनिवर्सिटी का भी रिवीजन चल रहा है. उसमें मैं सब चीजें देख रहे हैं. बुक्स पब्लिश्ड, चैप्टर्स, ISBN नंबर के सिवा वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू एक्सेप्ट. Whatever books you are publishing, whatever the conference proceedings you have, it must have ISBN number. अभी कॉलेज क्या करता है, एक कॉन्फ्रेंस करवा लेता है, उसमें सब लोगों के पेपर लेते हैं और उसको एक ISBN नंबर दे देते हैं. That will not be accepted. We will consider only it as a one.
इसमें referred journals में
Referred journals, this is there.
it is not defined in scopus and
Therefore I am telling you.
referred journal can be
No, therefore I am telling you now, not referred journal now. This particular slide is made as per the previous, whatever you are talking of, previous cycle. Now we are accepting only UGC care list.
They have not accepted an referred journal.
They have accepted. I am accepting up to I think August 2022. There is no such notification. I am accepting Scopus. I am accepting elsewhere. I am accepting all the web of science. ऐसा कैसा नहीं होगा? तो एक्सेप्ट मैं खुद ने की है.
Private journals की बात करें.
नहीं, private journals, paid journals not accepted.
सर बुक पब्लिकेशन में ऑथर नंबर फर्स्ट सेकंड इससे भी कोई फर्क पड़ता है?
यस सर, वही ग्रुप मिलके पेपर पब्लिश कर रहे हैं ऐसा समझ में आ जाता है. So it should be on the different topics, published in different conference proceedings. यदि आपने अपना ग्रुप बना के एक पैसा देके ISBN नंबर ले लिया और उसमें बोल रहे कि हमने सबने ISBN नंबर वाले पेपर पब्लिश किए, तो कंसिडर नहीं होते. We should not have more than, now हमने एक रूल बनाया है, the 4 papers in that conference proceeding should not be have same authors, same ISBN number. ISBN नंबर 4 ऑथर है, XYZ ऑथर है, उसने ऐसे 4 पेपर दिए हैं विद द सेम ISBN नंबर, विल कंसिडर एज वन. टाइटल डिफरेंट होने से कुछ होता नहीं है. उसमें भी बुक पब्लिकेशन में तो सवाल ही नहीं उठता है, वी हैव डिफरेंट ISBN नंबर्स.
एक बुक पब्लिकेशन में 4 ऑथर हैं,
हम्म.
और जो पहला ऑथर है, दूसरा है, तीसरा है, चौथा है, तो कुछ वेटेज रहते हैं कि फर्स्ट ऑथर.
नहीं, हम वी आर नॉट आस्किंग द ऑथर वेटेज, वी आर आस्किंग ओनली फॉर द बुक्स विच आर पब्लिश्ड, नथिंग टू डू विद द ऑथर.
फॉर एग्जांपल एक बुक पब्लिश है जिसमें आई एम द फोर्थ ऑथर.
या इट्स ओके, वी डोंट हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम फॉर दैट. That is not an issue. Issue is that, yeah.
What will be the count, and it will be 4 for 4 authors?
No, count will be. How, irrespective of how many authors are there, for that particular chapter, count will be 1. So again, this was there at that particular time. This is not required now. E-copies of the incentives granted to the awardees, UGC care list, all that what we have discussed so far, the same thing is there. Next slide, please. This is very, very important. I think here also somewhere you are lagging. Extension activities. Extension activities means activities conducted for the betterment of the communities, not for the betterment of your own student. Whatever activities are there, that should be betterment for the benefit of the community around you. NSS का कैंप ले लिया या NCC का कैंप हुआ, NCC के कैंप में वाड़ी में हुआ, वहां पे हमारे बच्चे जाके वापस आ गए, कम्युनिटी का क्या फायदा हुआ? NCC कैंप के सब 5-6 सालों के 10 साल के 15 पोस्टर्स चिपका देंगे. What is the benefit to the community? Extension activities. We must be sensitive as a learned person to the various things which are happening in the community, in the society, and for the benefit of the society, for making them awareness regarding various issues. Dowry का सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, जेंडर सेंसिटिविटी का प्रॉब्लम है, एनवायरमेंटल कॉन्शियस का प्रॉब्लम है, ड्रिंकिंग वाटर का प्रॉब्लम है, एनर्जी का प्रॉब्लम. Many areas are there where you supposed to work and make aware through these extension activities to the community. That's what we are talking of. Some of the activities are promoted by the government, that is Swachh Bharat program and all those things. That also we take part in that. So these are the extension activities where we should take into account. And then the awards are recognition received for extension activities from the government and recognized bodies. Only for extension activities, award received from the government and government recognized bodies. कोई भी award दे देते, that is not accepted. Or e-copy of award letters, and all those things are required in this case. This extension and outreach program conducted in collaboration with industry, community, non-government organization, with the help of NSS, with the help of NCC. NCC का कैंप आपकी एक्सटेंशन एक्टिविटी नहीं है. With the help of NCC student, what you are going and doing for the community, that is extension activity. That those things are required in this Swachh Bharat AIDS awareness program, gender issue, all those things are there. Next slide, please. Next again. Again, next. Collaboration, this is what I am talking of. To get the skill set, to get the core competencies, we must have collaborations. So student exchange program should be there, faculty exchange program should be there, internship should be there, then industrial training should be there, and for that you have MOUs. Standard MOU should be there for how much period that MOU is being implemented, year of validity period of that MOU between the two parties. And again, now we are insisting the institute, if you are doing MOUs, do it on stamp paper. अब अपने लेटर हेड पे उसको बुला के स्टैम्प मार के एमओयू हो गया तो एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेंगे, कोई भी चिपका सकता है. It should be on the stamp paper. It will be validated, substantiated. And under that MOU, what are the various activities you have carried out in that particular, during that period of MOU. That's what we are going to check in this particular criteria. The same thing I have explained. Here also, last time you have scored less. Next slide, please. Infrastructure, that is for effective delivery of curriculum, co-curricular activities, we required infrastructure. Without required infrastructure, we cannot do that. So that is very, very mandatory. So in this case, we are asking for physical facilities, library, IT infrastructure, and maintenance of campus infrastructure. So just I will go to the physical facilities. Already we have very good classrooms, laboratories. Apart from that, we must have very good seminar halls. We should have good activities for co-curricular activities. Gym should be there. Indoor stadium should be there. भाई आपको तो मैं जब से ही बोल रहा हूँ, दिखाने के लिए नहीं, डिस्प्ले के लिए नहीं, फंक्शनल. Everything should be functional. Nothing should be only for display. क्योंकि पीआरटी विजिट आएगी 2 दिन में, क्या देख के जाने वाली है? आप 50 कंप्यूटर लाके बाहर से चिपका दोगे, दिखा दोगे. But ultimately, that should be beneficial to the students. It will reflect somewhere. Placement of the students, it will be brought down. It will reflect in terms of higher progression to higher education. ये सब नहीं होगा तो बच्चे पढ़ने के लिए नहीं जाएंगे, उनका प्लेसमेंट नहीं होगा. वो रिफ्लेक्ट करता है कहीं ना कहीं. Ultimately, it reflects. So physical facilities, here you are well, no problem. I will skip this. Only thing I will talk with the last, just go. Next slide. Yellow one, next again. Expenditure for infrastructure augmentation excluding the salary. Infrastructure augmentation में अभी जो है उसमें आपने क्या वृद्धि की है? Augmentation हर साल कितनी बिल्डिंग बढ़ाई, कितने क्लासरूम बनाए, क्लासरूम में कितने क्लासरूम आईसीटी किए, कितना फर्नीचर लिया, कितनी बुक्स लाई, कितना इंडोर स्टेडियम बनाया, इंडोर स्टेडियम में कितने इक्विपमेंट लाए. All the infrastructure augmentation, and that budget and expenditure statement signed by principal and CA. CA का signature नहीं है, we will not consider it. But being a budget, कुछ ना कुछ तो किया होगा, पर augmentation नहीं किया, will put it 0. बहुत सारे इंस्टीट्यूट, प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूशन के लिए तो सीए के मैंडेटरी है. हमारे पूरे लोग वहां जो बैठे हैं वो प्राइवेट कॉलेज दिखा और उसमें सीए नहीं दिखा. देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. और इन द शेड्यूल्स आल्सो व्हिच दे गिव फॉर डिफरेंट डिस्क्रिप्शन, हियर यू हैव टू हाईलाइट in building you have put in this much of money, in furniture you have put in this much of money. All those things should be highlighted, entries should be there, which we can calculate, and whatever figures you are giving, they are correct or not, that we will check, and accordingly values will be given to you. So budgeted statements are very, very important. Next slide, please. Library, how many numbers of journals are there, how many numbers of books are there, that's what we are looking into that. But most important, we should have ILMS. We have InflipNet. Sir, we have a subscription of InflipNet. InflipNet library, huh?
E-resources.
Yes. You have that subscription every year. You are renewing it. Very good. So if you are doing that, automatically you are 3 of the A, B, C, D, E. E-resources, database, E-Shodh Shanga, all those things be covered. But do renewal of InflipNet resource. Okay, that is very. Subscription भी ज़्यादा नहीं है. 5,700 4,800 हो गई है per year का. हाँ, करते रहिएगा. That is very good to get the good marks in this particular criteria. In fact, some of the government, to the government colleges, they have given it. All the government has given it freely. So it is very, very cheaper. No problem. So this is what I talk of 4.2.3. Last time you have scored less in this case. So if you have InflipNet, you cover database, ebook, and remote access to e-source. All these 3 things are very well covered in that, and therefore you can score well. At least any 3 of above you can put in that remark. Again, if you put for e-journals or something like that, you can get all the 4 marks in this case. Coming to this, then the bandwidth, we're talking of availability of remote access. अभी इसको ये कर दिया है, merge कर दिया है. This is not very, very important. Most important is last 4.2.6 percentage use of library. हाँ, सब कुछ है पर यूज नहीं कर रहे. मेरे को मालूम है यहाँ बैठे हुए प्रोफेसर लोग हफ्ते में 1 भी दिन लाइब्रेरी नहीं जाते. ये सामने ये शायद अभी मैं आ रहा था. You will answer that, sir. We have e-resources. We have everything in our laptop. Why to go there? पेपर पढ़ने के लिए तो जाइए कम से कम. न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ने के लिए तो जाइए. Then handbooks. Where you will get handbooks? Authentic handbook you will get. You will get in library, not on this. It is not authentic. Forged document you can get whatever is there. Many of the things which are freely available, they are not validated. आप यहाँ से यहाँ डेटा उठाते हो, अपने रिसर्च प्रपोजल में डालते हो, रिसर्च में डालते हो, एक्सेप्ट नहीं होता है. प्लैगरिज्म चेक का भी एक सॉफ्टवेयर ले लीजिए. इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Okay, that will be beneficial for all the faculties which are submitting the research paper. They will put it into that plagiarism check. They will see how much is there. Accordingly, they will modify the paper and then they will submit it there. Then their paper will be accepted in the good papers, good journals. Plagiarism का एक बहुत ज़्यादा महंगा नहीं है. Please go and have that. So number of students and teacher using, तो हम करेंगे तो students को बताएंगे. मेरा कहना ये है. हम ही नहीं जाते तो स्टूडेंट्स कहाँ से जाएंगे. बट स्टिल स्टूडेंट्स आर यूजिंग द लाइब्रेरी. दो रिमोट एक्सेस इज देयर, स्टूडेंट्स आर यूजिंग द लाइब्रेरी बिकॉज directly I cannot read on the screen for 2 hours or 3 hours, but I can read very well without that particular whatever strain I will have. By reading the books I can understand the things. Still I read the books. Things are available on screen, but still reading the books is very very important, and authentic data is there. That is more important. IT infrastructure, already I have talked to you. Bandwidth should be there. 50 के ऊपर होना चाहिए तो आपको A मिलेगा, MBPS. Okay, and renewal should be there. Then you can get A. Then try to have all rooms equipped with ICT. ऐसा नहीं है कि वहां पे आप यदि वो पोर्टेबल ये रख देते हो एलसीडी प्लेयर, ऐसा वो एक्सेप्टेड नहीं है. फिक्स्ड. ये तो कहाँ पे भी हर ये रूम में आओगे आप फोटो निकालोगे, उसको उठा के वो रूम में लेके जाओगे और फोटो निकालोगे. Accepted. Then we will know these many numbers of. But better to that you have complete facility. What we talk of ICT facility, ICT enabled room. Everything should be there. Screen should be there. Computer should be there. ECU should be there. Then the projector should be there. That is required. Then we can call it as an ICT enabled room. Otherwise, we will not call it. लोग बोलते हैं we have Wi-Fi in every classroom. तो भैया यहाँ पे एक होटल लगा रहे तो सब जगह पे Wi-Fi जा रहा है. Then is it ICT enabled room? No. वहाँ पे प्रोजेक्टर भी नहीं है, वहाँ पे LCD भी नहीं है. फिर कैसा ICT enabled room हो गया? This rejected. Wi-Fi is not ICT enabled all the rooms. All the facilities which are mentioned for ICT, that is laptop, whatever computer should be there, screen should be there, projector should be there, then Wi-Fi should be there. Then we will call it as a ICT enabled room. Next please. So student computer ratio, हमारे बहुत सारे लोग जब LEC की मीटिंग होती है, बहुत सारे कॉलेजेस विदर्भ में, आर्ट कॉमर्स कॉलेज भंडारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट, कंप्यूटर ला लेते दूसरे इंस्टीट्यूट से ही इंस्टीट्यूट में. LEC विजिट हो गई, वहां से वापस. एक बार हमारे मेरे दोस्त लोग गए भंडारा के पास एक कॉलेज है, मैं नाम नहीं लेता वहाँ का. वहाँ पे पहुंचे, विजिट के लिए पहुंचे, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रेडी था, कंप्यूटर 200 कंप्यूटर्स आ गए. व्हाट हैपेंड? Because of some reason, whatever the chairperson over there, he has left his laptop over that same institute. उनको बहुत दूर निकल जाने के बाद पता चला, उसके लिए वो वापस गए और इंस्टीट्यूट में. When they go back to the institute, everything has been changed. That is witness. All of you are witness. We are going for the visits. That thing. So there, because we are asking the bills. Here we are asking the stock registers. Extract of the stock registers are required for number of computers to be authenticated, and then HAI has to provide out of the total computers how many you are using for the students. That will come under student computer ratio. हर एक फैकल्टी के पास है, लैब में है, बाद में लाइब्रेरी में है, वो स्टूडेंट को कहाँ मिल रहा है? स्टूडेंट्स के लिए कितने अवेलेबल है, आपके लेबोरेटरीज में कितने हैं, दैट इज अवेलेबल फॉर द स्टूडेंट्स. सो फॉर स्टूडेंट्स हाउ मेनी आर अवेलेबल, That we count, and accordingly this ratio is counted, student computer ratio. Then already I have talked to you regarding bandwidth. अभी lecture capturing system आप अपने इसमें से निकाल दिया गया है. Next slide please. And for the maintenance of the infrastructure, ऐसा नहीं आज हमने infrastructure बना दिया वैसा ही रहेगा. We should have a budget for regular repair of the maintenance of that particular infrastructure. And as on you are adding more and more program, accordingly you are also you have to enhance the infrastructure facilities accordingly. So that budget, everything should be there. Then coming down to the criteria number 5, next. I think time is already over. So I will quickly sum up. If you have any doubt in between. Thus in criteria 4, when you look into, I will see 5.1.2, 5.1.4 and 5.2.2. These are the 3 areas where you have scored less. Next slide. Number of students benefited by scholarship, freeship provided by the institution and non-government agencies. ये हमारे तरफ से दी गई इंस्टीट्यूट फेलोशिप है या स्कॉलरशिप, not from the government. Whether you have some policy statement for that, policy document for that. So for these many students, we are providing such kind of fellowship or scholarship from the institution, from the non-government bodies, with other fraternities also. You can have that, but for that you have a statement, policy document over there, and how much is provided for everything.
We provide some discount to the student in the fees.
Document is required.
We have the document.
Yes.
Signed by
Yes.
our manager.
Yes, document is required.
That will be considered as a scholarship.
And with that document, whatever is provision is made, that should reflect in the audited statement.
That will be considered this time.
That should be reflected in the audited statement also. Whatever provision has been made, whatever scholarships has been given by institution to the student, जो भी amount है, number of students, that amount or the scholarship to the students, that should be reflected in your audited statement.
Even the private agencies, those who are giving the scholarships to our students.
चलता है, but there should be document for that. ऐसा नहीं कि किसी का नाम दिया XYZ 15,000 स्कॉलरशिप देने के लिए, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. डॉक्यूमेंट कुछ तो भी चलने लगेगा उसको. Then what we are doing for students to appear for the competitive exams, whether you have competitive cells are there, gate, whatever gate club is there or not, or promotion of the students, counseling is there or not, because we are asking how many students have appeared for the competitive exams like GATE, TOEFL, and how many of them have successfully declared, selected in that. You have a number of marks are there. Are we doing that? नागपुर में सब फैसिलिटीज है इसलिए लोग टाइम्स में नहीं जाएंगे. कैट चेक करने के लिए हम क्या प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं? You can have that tie-up. You can have that tie-up. You have proper agreement in between them, and accordingly, students they will sit here in your institution. Attendance should be there, and after that they are giving. So this many number of students have appeared for CAT. This many of number of students have cleared the CAT. That will be the authentic document. Next slide, please. वही है उसमें 5.1.4. Next slide. So whatever the program you are running for guiding the students, there should be circular for that. There should be notification for that. There should be brochure of that. Content should be there. Attendance should be there. Resource person who are using that should be there. All those things should be there, which can validate your claims. Redressal mechanism last में आ रहा है अभी, वो मेरे ख्याल से next criteria में जाएगा. If any grievances are there through the students, how they will approach? What is the mechanism you have? Whether you have committees, whether you have online mechanism by which they can put their complaints, whether you have offline mechanism by which they put complaint, then from where that complaint goes, then who discuss that, how that complaint is resolved, entire things are discussed. इसका criteria और marks change हो गए हैं. Okay, so that I will. That is there in another criteria. The same thing, 5.2, next slide. स्टूडेंट प्रोग्रेशन, कितने लोग बंदे हमारे, बिकॉज वी वांट द स्टूडेंट टू, now earlier days it was not the role of HEI that student should get placed, but now it becomes how we facilitate the student for placement, better placement. That is look into, that is very very important. How we are facilitating them, you have to find out placement कम हो रहा तो क्यों कम हो रहा है. नागपुर के बाकी कॉलेजेस में इतना प्लेसमेंट हो रहा है तो मेरे कॉलेज में क्यों कम हो रहा है. Place is same, industrial atmosphere is same, students of the same background, that is mechanical, civil, or they are same. Then from other institute placements are good, from my institute placements are bad. What is the reason of that poor placement? Try to rectify that reason so that you should have better placements also. Next, same thing is there, that what I have put in. अभी प्लेसमेंट के लिए आपको उनके ऑफर लेटर जमा करना पड़ेगा. You have to submit the offer letter of the students, those are placed as a validity. As far as the students going for the higher education, you have to give their identity cards, or you can give the not with the allotment letters. नहीं, वहां जाने के बाद भी कौन सा लेटर मिलता है हमको?
AICT funded for Prerna scheme. That is for scheduled caste student taking GATE and other examination. That can be considered this.
Are you running it?
No, for 2 years we have run.
Then for those years, if documentation is there, you can put it for those 2 years. जब तक किया है तब तक documentation है, you can show it. जब नहीं किया है तब मत दिखाइएगा. Don't do to forge the document. The moment we recognize that documents are forging, दृष्टिकोण बदल जाता है देखने का. हम लोग जब वैल्यूएशन करने जाते हैं तो आपने पता होगा फ्रेश बैच की जब हम वैल्यूएशन करने जाते हैं तब हम किस तरह से उसको अप्रोच करते हैं. और फेलियर्स का जब वैल्यूएशन आता है 50, 40, 100 ही रहते, बट अबे ये तो क्या लिखा होगा, केयरफुली देखना पड़ता है, कुछ भी लिखता है, अगेन केयरफुल हो जाते हैं. सेम थिंग हैपेंस हियर आल्सो. Then we want better citizenship should be there. Students should we have to inculcate good values in between the students. ये कब हो सकता है? When you have many activities, when you are planning many activities for the students. कितने clubs है? How many clubs you have? How many associations you have? और नाम के नहीं है. These associations and clubs are functioning. You are performing various activities. मेरे ख्याल से मैडम ने आपने मेरे को एक क्लब की इनॉग्रेशन के लिए बुलाया था. हाँ, at that time only. So that is there. So it should be functional. Only then students will realize leadership. One particular student will be hosting that particular program. He will understand what kind of leadership is required, how the program is to be hosted, what are the required arrangement needed to be done for that. So all these things will get inculcated in the students, and we are getting the better citizens out of these students. For that, we have to get, for inculcating social responsibility and good citizenry among the students, we have to promote the student to participate in social, cultural and leisure activities. हम उसको दे रहे हैं क्या वो? That's what we want to check in this particular criteria. Next slide, please. So therefore, if your students are participating in sports, if your students are participating in cultural activities, उनको कितने award आए हैं? Above university level, not below university level. Computer section B versus computer section A, second year, मैच ले लिया, क्रिकेट का ये जीत गया, अवार्ड दे दिया ना, ट्रॉफी दे दिया. नो, minimum level of award is university, and then all above that awards are only considered. So if you are taking these activities seriously, you will get awards. Next, active student council. एक क्वेश्चन निकल गया अभी. 5.3.3, how many number of sports and cultural events you are organizing? अभी मजा कैसी आती है देखिए, अपना हमारी HEI डेटा कैसी देती है. Annual day. Okay, annual day comprises of sports as well as cultural activities. Cultural activities में वो डांस अलग दे दिया, सिंगिंग अलग दे दिया. सिंगिंग में इतने एक एक्टिविटी, डांस एक एक्टिविटी, परफॉर्मेंस, स्किप परफॉर्मेंस एक एक्टिविटी. All those things they are giving those things. That is activity. That is not an event. Sports, kho 100-meter running अलग, 200-meter running अलग, 300-meter running अलग. No, not accepted. It is the entire sports day. Many activities are there entire that sports day. So we have to give the number of events which you have conducted. So and for that, what are the photographs, circulars, brochures, reports? Sir?
Throughout the year, we are conducting.
Yes, we have to conduct throughout the years. But कबड्डी लिया, बाद में खो खो लिया, बाद में रनिंग लिया, 100 मीटर, 200 मीटर, 300 मीटर, 500 मीटर रनिंग का अलग अलग इवेंट नहीं है. इट इज एक्टिविटी अंडर द स्पोर्ट्स डे, अंडर द स्पोर्ट्स. यस, नंबर बढ़ाने के लिए लोग ऐसे दिखाते हैं. यू आर स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन. एलिमिनी एंगेजमेंट, एलिमिनाई रजिस्टर, अभी हम इंसिस्ट कर रहे हैं रजिस्टर्ड एलिमिनाई. नॉर्मल आपने बोल दिया हमारे पास एलिमिनाई रजिस्टर. नो, रजिस्टर्ड एलिमिनाई शुड बी देयर एंड दे विल हेल्प यू नॉट ओनली इन एकेडमिक्स, इन टर्म्स ऑफ फंडिंग ऑल्सो. फंडिंग में आपको उनसे रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए जो चार्जेस है वो नहीं, और 500 रुपीज चार्जेस एज रजिस्टर्ड एलिमिनी. नो, मेनी इंस्टीट्यूट सबमिट दैट 500 rupees charges for registration of in alumni association, and then multiplied by 200 students. This what we have collected as a contribution from alumni. Not accepted. Voluntarily they have given. They have given some equipment, they have given some room, they have given some money, they have given some books. Those things are accepted in this case. Next. तो अपर लिमिट इसका 5 लाख है. हम कॉलेजेस के लिए यदि आप 5 लाख के ऊपर एलिमिनाई कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं तो एक का ये मिलेगा. एंड अगेन दिस शुड बी रिफ्लेक्टेड इन द ऑडिटेड स्टेटमेंट. क्राइटेरिया 6. शुड आई स्टॉप? आई विल ट्राई टू सम अप इन 10 minutes. Okay, criteria number 7 is very easy now. Whatever older one is very rigid, but now it's very easy. Governance, leadership and management, 100 marks are there only for this. Next slide. Here what we expect is whatever vision and mission of your institution is there, that should be guided by your leadership, and it should be whatever decisions you are taking, that should be participatory decisions. Participative decisions are to be taken that we are expecting now. Everybody should be involved in the decision making process. For example, you have a series of committees. In the series of committees you have many members. Those members will come together, they will discuss, they will come out with some criteria, some procedure. Then that will be kept in the apex body. Apex body can give decisions on that, but that entire procedure should be there. How you have given that decision, what you are going to do in that particular community. These are the things which is what is called as participative decision making process, not autocratic type of leadership. Hitler वाला नहीं चाहिए, मैं ये करना है. No, not like that. How you are coming to that decision, that what we want to judge. पीआरटी मेंबर आके ये देखते हैं कितनी कमिटीज आपके है, कमिटीज में कौन से लोग हैं, क्या डिस्कशन हुआ, व्हाट इज द एजेंडा ऑफ दैट मीटिंग, व्हाट इज डिस्कशन, व्हाट इज द एक्शन टेकन. अकॉर्डिंगली देन अपेक्स बॉडी कैन डिसाइड. नो डाउट आपने बोला मेरे को 5 लाख रुपए चाहिए कल्चरल इवेंट करने के लिए, नॉट नेसेसरी. अपेक्स बॉडी विल डिसाइड. वी कैन गिव 2 lakhs. 2 lakhs is okay, that is enough amount. But such things should be there. That is what is called the government leadership and management. Next slide please. So effective leadership by setting values and participative decision making helps in building the organizational culture. Whatever the formal and informal arrangements you are making to coordinate academic and administrative planning and implementation, it reflects institution efforts in achieving its vision. Reflection of effective leadership is in institutional practices. हम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव प्रोसीजर्स, एकेडमिक जो एक्टिविटीज करते हैं वो किस तरह से करते हैं. हाउ यू आर टेकिंग द डिसीजन. मेरे को रिमेडियल क्लासेस लेना है, हु विल टेक दैट डिसीजन. इनिशियली क्लास टीचर विल टेल these are the students who require the remedial classes. उनके साथ बैठ के वो आगे बढ़ेगा, फिर डिपार्टमेंटल मीटिंग में जाके डिसाइड करेंगे दिस इज द रिक्वायरमेंट इन दिस पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट. then that has been percolated down to again top body, then decision will come. In that way, it should reflect in those activities. Next slide, please. So these 6.1.1 and 6.1.2, these all will taken care by the peer team members. Already, next slide, already I have talked to you that it should be governed by the principle of participation and transparency. This is very, very important. किसी एक को ही पता है, बाकी 100 को पता नहीं है, इस तरह से डिसीजंस आते हैं तो कोई काम के नहीं है, because everybody will not accept it. Rather than that, if everybody is involved and accordingly decision is come, he will feel sense of belongingness that I have also a role, I have contributed something, I have said something, it has been accepted. He will easily accept that decision and he will work willingly. Next slide, please. इसमें आपने मार खाया था 6.2.3 में, अभी शायद आपने ये डॉक्यूमेंट लिया होगा. Okay, we want e-governance to be there in all these 4 areas: administration, finance and account, student admission and support, and examination. Namaskar. We want in all these areas there should be e-government. Everything should be done by the use of ICT tool. Now we have made one provision that this ERP document either you purchase from some agency or you can develop it at your own.
So now we are developing by our.
But for that, you should have policy, then decision in the government body, entire procedural things that should be there. We are going to accept the ERP document made by the HEI now. अब तक नहीं करते थे, अभी करने वाले हैं. So that is a good news for you. Because क्यों उनको when we as an engineering college we are competent enough to prepare that ERP documents.
Yes.
Why not to do that? ठीक है, आर्ट कॉमर्स वाला नहीं कर पाएगा तो हम कर पाते हैं. So you go ahead with that, but with proper documentation, decision from apex body, policy document for that, how much expenditure you are requiring for that, whatever the equipments you have purchased for that, everything should be there. Then screenshot and all those things, whatever required to be submitted as a document, you should provide those things. Next slide, please. Sir, anything? Next slide, please. आपने जो बोला था TADA, इफेक्टिव वेलफेयर मेजर्स फॉर टीचिंग एंड नॉन टीचिंग स्टाफ, इसमें आ सकता है वो कि इंस्टीट्यूट हैज अ प्रोविजन दैट वी आर गोइंग टू यूज एक फिक्स अमाउंट दे सकते हैं फॉर पर ईयर. फॉर हम अभी फिक्स कर रहे हैं ऑटोनॉमस के लिए, मैं फिक्स कर रहा हूँ एटलीस्ट मिनिमम 2000 रुपीज शुड बी गिवन पर ईयर. वो बोल रहे हैं 500 रुपये रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए दिया, विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट इट. एक कचरा थोड़ी है. अभी फॉर गोइंग फॉर एनी इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस रजिस्ट्रेशन फीस इज 2000. So minimum we have made that by minimum 2000 we are making, but this much of amount should be given to the faculties for registration or for moving to that particular. So that can be included over here. Okay. Final average percentage of teacher provided with the financial support. This is also there towards the membership of the professional bodies. Just go to the next slide. 6.3.1. How many FDPs and how many, it is not, I will say the professional development programs and administrative training program. Administrative training program for non-teaching staff. हम करते नहीं है. मेरे को लगता नहीं नॉन टीचिंग स्टाफ के लिए आपने अब तक एक भी प्रोग्राम किया होगा. Then it's good. Then it's good.
क्योंकि फर्स्ट सेकंड में मार्क्स नहीं मिले.
Yeah, very good, very good. So make a list of that, participants, attendance of that, brochure for that, reports for that. And whatever events we are hosting within the institute campus, it should be geotagged. हम बाहर के लिए नहीं बोल रहे, पर यहाँ पे जितने भी आप फोटोग्राफ्स लेते हो, आज भी जितने लिए आप लिखोगे सेमिनार इज कंडक्टेड ऑन क्वालिटी, आपके इसमें डालोगे वो इट शुड बी जियोटैग्ड. नहीं उसके लिए नहीं मैं बोल रहा हूँ. It's because you are not getting the number. Simply I will put the remark or any assessor will put the remark. Geotags photographs are not provided by the HEI. Value should not be considered. नेक्स्ट, ये इसीलिए आप जो सर जो बात कर रहे थे, दैट इज फेस टू फेस और ऑनलाइन एफडीपीज 2 साल पुराने 2 सालों में बहुत किए, दैट वी कैन कंसिडर, नो इश्यू. Refresher courses, but one thing is very, very important, that refresher course should not be less than a week, 5 working days. 2 दिन का 1 दिन का will not be considered. Okay?
Somewhere they are expecting 6 working days.
More than 5, 1 महीने का 2 महीने का minimum 5 days. Next. So there should be last, just again I will skip it. Skip. Let us go to directly to the IQAC के ऊपर कुछ बात करना है. You are very good functional say IQAC. Let's go to the 7 criteria. In 7 criteria, we have only 3 key indicators: 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3. We are working in a larger context, and there are many issues, there are many challenging issues, and we should not remain idle. We should be reflective towards these pressing issues which are faced by the nation as well as which is faced by the globe. So there are many such issues: gender sensitivity, water pollution, then what we talk of waste management, okay, and then energy consciousness. All these are issues which are faced by our country and by all others. So we should be reflective towards that. We should demonstrate that we are taking the activities and we are conscious regarding all these pressing issues and challenges which are faced by my region, by my institute, by my state, by my nation, and by the entire globe. So that issues we should be reflected. Very important, gender sensitivity. आप इसके ऊपर प्रोग्राम करते हो क्या? किए है? That should be there. Gender sensitivity. आपका लास्ट टाइम में इसमें स्कोर कम आया था. Next slide, please. Your score is less in this particular last time. So you take the gender equity programs, bring somebody from outside. Now I think this is not unigender. No? We have students and boys and girls both are there in this institute. So do that. Whether you are providing these facilities to the girl students, safety and security, counseling, common room. Now vending machines also we are providing to some cases. They should be there. This question is not there now in the new manual. Next slide, please. Next slide. This is, ये थोड़ा पढ़ लीजिए आप. आपका पूरा बिल्डिंग शायद सोलर पैनल लगे हैं. I know that, and I think you are getting entire energy from there. Remaining you are giving to the grid also. You are earning. अभी एक एप्लीकेशन, एक सर्टिफिकेशन के लिए अप्लाई कर दीजिए. ग्रीन बिल्डिंग के सर्टिफिकेशन मिलता है. ऑडिट नहीं, ग्रीन बिल्डिंग सर्टिफिकेशन इज देयर वेयर यू प्रमोट दैट you are now energy plus institute. There are energy negative institutes and energy zero institutes. Energy plus institute means you are generating energy and you are giving it to somebody else also. तो उसके बेसिस पे कुछ नॉर्म्स आए हैं, उसके ऊपर सर्टिफिकेशन मिल सकता है आप लोगों को. Then you are using LEDs, yes, it is there. Then you have require arrangement for waste management. रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग नहीं, ऊपर से नीचे सिर्फ पाइप दिखा देने से नहीं होगा. where that water is going. अरे normally when we have a terrace, from there to drain out the water we have pipes, but where that pipe is going, if that pipe is going on the road and it is moving, what is the harvesting? कहाँ नहीं जाता, कुछ नहीं, कोई सिस्टम दिखाइए मेरे को आपका, उसका जाने के लिए बात है क्या? रिचार्जिंग ऑफ द बोरवेल क्या कर देते हैं मालूम है? पंप रहता है बोरवेल का, उसके बाजू में 4-5 दगड़ रख देते हैं, स्टोन्स. रिचार्जिंग हो गया. हाउ वाटर शुड पर्कुलेट ओवर देयर ना, इट शुड गो ओवर देयर. अभी मेरे घर में मैंने जो रिसाइकलिंग का किया, मतलब रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग का, आई थिंक 8x10 का जो स्पेस है, दैट आई हैव केप्ट एज अ सॉइल. देयर आई हैव पुट इन dig and I have put in the stones, and there that entire water from the roof is coming and going down, and then again it is percolating down and it might be coming to my well. I don't know, my well or others well, but I am doing rainwater harvesting in my house. आर वी डूइंग? पाइप दिखा देते हमारे रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग हो गई, बाद में 2-4 स्टोर रख देते बोरवेल के पास, बोरवेल है हमारे पास। दिस इज नॉट द थिंग, यू शुड प्रूव योरसेल्फ। मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया, डिस्प्ले इज नॉट फॉर द सेक ऑफ डिस्प्ले, रियली यू आर अडॉप्टिंग द थिंग्स। अदरवाइज नो प्लास्टिक जोन, प्लास्टिक बैन, उस दिन में चकाचक कर दिया, प्लास्टिक के बोतल में तो पानी पिलाया, फिर हाउ प्लास्टिक बैन इज देयर? We are not using at NAAC plastic bottles. We are all using the vessels, metallic vessels, and many of our advisors are using copper vessels. You also start using copper vessels. That is very good for health. सभी के पास, जितने NAAC में ऑफिसर्स हैं उनके पास कॉपर का ही बॉटल है, सबके पास। We are doing that. और हमारे डायरेक्टर साहब तो देखते तो ये करते हैं, प्लास्टिक बैन लगा देने से, बोर्ड लगा देने से प्लास्टिक बैन नहीं होता। What measures you are taking for that? आपके पास कचरे जमा करने का है कंटेनर, नेमिंग शुड बी देयर। फॉर एग्जांपल इन माय नेक्स्ट स्लाइड इट इज देयर, जस्ट गो फॉर नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। दिस, ये भी फॉर द नेम सेक नहीं होना चाहिए। देन यू कैन हैव अ कंपोस्ट where all the things, waste management, that should be there. You can have such kind of things, but if this photograph, whatever the students are there with the garbages and all those things, if it is geotagged, that means it belongs to your institute, then that will be considered. Okay? Next. Green campus initiatives, restricted entries नहीं है आपके कॉलेज में, इधर से भी आता है, वहां से भी आता है, वो उधर में मैकेनिकल वाली बिल्डिंग से उधर से भी आता है। इट इज देयर, रेस्ट्रिक्टेड एंट्रीज नहीं है। बच्चे वहां पे खेलते रहते हैं, उस पीरियड में हमारी गाड़ी वहां से जाती रहती है। इट शुड बी देयर, एटलीस्ट डू समथिंग। पार्किंग शुड बी देयर, ओनली अलॉटेड फॉर पार्किंग, व्हीकल शुड नॉट बी देयर रैंडमली प्लेस एनीवेयर, दैट शुड बी देयर। देन passageway should be there, pathways should be there, all those things are required. Next slide please. A disabled, whatever the persons are there, particularly those don't have blind persons, we are asking them some braille repi or some assistance for that. If it is there, you can show that. Next slide. We have already changed so many slides in this case, so I will not talk to seven criteria. Directly you go to the manual. SOP ne manual. Last question, we will finish 5 minutes. So it is very easy for you to manage the 7 criteria. We have combined everything at the first number. Now initially that you should start doing this. So many students have already started. So asking for the combined. Just to tell you, only 4 people. Extended profile questions are there. 4 people. Extended profile. Only question is there for students. Only one question. Number of students levels. So no problem. This will act as denominator for many metrics. Then teachers. Number of full-time teachers during the last 5 years. पूरे 5 साल में टोटल कितने avoid the repeat count. भाई 5 साल में ना एक ही बार काउंट टोटल काउंट नंबर ऑफ टीचर्स इसके नीचे what we are here number of full time teachers year wise how many teachers different year one year of 61 teachers other year of 30 teachers next year of 44 and finally expenditure excluding the salary. This is very very important. In terms of augmentation, the maintenance, all parts will be taken care of. The total of infrastructure augmentation, maintenance of physical facilities, and the library expenditures, and that all together should come over here. But again, this is very very important. Side by side, this will be denominator in many cases. Therefore, this is very very important. So, go to the 7th category.
सर कैश को वेटेज नहीं है
Cash flow.
वेटेज नहीं है
Now, cadre ratio is not considered. Cadre ratio is considered. We are considering only one. There are many factors, but everything we cannot do. Cadre ratio NJ consider कर रहा है. हम लोग जो है वो full time teachers. इसमें teachers का क्या? The number of full time teachers are good with respect to students. Is good because workload will be less. More interaction with the students, and students get benefited out of that particular teacher. यदि टीचर्स कम है, उसको सभी लोड लेना पड़ेगा. ये भी सब्जेक्ट कोई दे रहा है, वो भी सब्जेक्ट कोई दे रहा है. आज स्टूडेंट के साथ बात करें. Preparation will not be also. That is important. Student-teacher ratio is very important. आया क्या सर? This is QLM. This is already QLM. Institute Promotion of Gender Equity. You are taking the program. All those things we will include in this case. 7.1.2 where we are asking the quantitative matrix. So, this entire thing we are working on. So asking in different countries, this is kept in one alternate source of majority and minority education. आपके पास ये parallel, आपके पास 3D position, degradable, how you are managing the waste. Show the evidence of that. ऐसा नहीं ये चाहिए बोल जो है वो आपके पास दिखा दीजिए. Okay, it is there. It is doing the thing. This is for now. This is new manual. Really will be following. This is completely 55 metrics are there only out of 121. Last time आपके इससे 121 questions थे, अभी 55 ही है. Water conservation. पाइप सिर्फ पाइप पर दिखाना उसका दिखाना कहाँ कैसे जा रहा है. Your maintenance of that. How you are circulating the water to the entire building. All those things should be there. Green campus. This is less in the Nagpur, right? Greenery should be there, lawn should be there, tree and plantation should be there. Outside, how many green initiatives you are taking? All those things. And disabled friendly barrier to this government. Lift should be there. It is there. The ramp should be there. Wheelchair should be there. Washroom should be there. Come on, photo दिखा देते. Washroom disabled हो, खड़ा देखा होगा. That is not will not accept. So disabled friendly barrier to this government. Pedestrian friendly pathways here is all will come to this country. So it becomes very simple. Next. I think there is the best practice. I think 1.1.3 best practice. Audits done by the institute itself is not accepted. Audit done by the now our here for the asking for ISO recognized agencies. But वो पैसा कमाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. हम ये बोल रहे हैं हम डाल रहे हैं. It should be done by the Central University Department of Environmental Sciences. That also will be done. Maybe accepted, no doubt. But by the same faculty and the same college, for engineering, engineering college we have civil engineering. So we have environmental engineering over there. Okay, but that is not. I mean, इसके बाद में बैटिंग किया, but no, anybody can do anything. Next. What is there? So what is currently QLM? What you are taking initiatives to have an inclusive environment with respect to gender sensitivity, all those things are there. Best two practices is a NAAC format. You have to explain best two practices. Okay. All AQR you are giving this, but out of that, best which you feel that we incorporate in that. And finally, distinctiveness. This is the format. This is the particular format of the practices. And then in the last, so how you are recognized. What is your distinctiveness over the time you are working in the Nagpur from last 24 years? How your experience is recognized as? That is your distinctiveness. For example, I was working with a fish crafting. If anybody asks me how my fish crafting is recognized as, anybody will say it is a discipline. Nobody will tell you. There is somewhere. क्लास टाइम में बच्चे रोड में किस सब्जेक्ट में आते नहीं क्लास hours are there, you will not find students in the canteen or wandering on the roads. Still it is considered. This is a practice, best practice की बात करते हैं वहाँ पे best practice. Whenever we want to do, yeah, something. So if you want to go for CL or medical or whatever EL, then you have to be alternate element format. I cannot take CL unless and until all my daily class and practical class on that day will be attended by somebody else. Some substitution.
So that we have.
It is a good practice because students are engaged. Whenever you come back, you can take class of you. हमको यूनिवर्सिटी में जाना होता है वैसे छोड़ के जाएंगे सिलेबस ही कवर नहीं होगा. This is our thing. You can adopt.
Can it be considered as a best practice?
Yes, thing. It is up to you. What after all the practices which you are adopting, you think for better functioning of the institute, you know you are your own mechanism, and that you will consider the business. So I will stop here. Thank you very much for your patience hearing and whatever I can share to the best of whatever knowledge I have shared with you. So all the best for your future upcoming next cycle. If anything, anything where you find difficulty, we are there. My phone number is with madam. Anytime you can come over there and you can discuss with us what documents are required. Purging कैसा करना है, modification कैसा करना है, I will not tell. What is required, that I will tell. Okay? Because I am from that institute. I cannot say those things. This is the business of agencies. That is not my business. I am here for promotion of the quality. I am not here for the demotion of the quality. And we all are there. Ultimately, our students should get benefit out of us. कहीं तो भी जाके इतना अच्छे हम प्रोफेशन में हैं, स्टूडेंट्स हमारे साथ में हैं, हम लोगों के साथ में हैं. सबसे बड़ी खुशी आज भी मैं यही मानता हूँ कि मेरा क्लास खत्म होने के बाद मैं मेरे स्टूडेंट्स के चेहरे पर जब खुशी देखता था, they have feeling on their faces that yes, I have got something new. teacher have told me nicely. I have understood the concept, and when I read those faces, and when I go out of the classroom, that is the most best satisfaction which I am getting in entire life. When I perform well in the classroom, I feel good. When I was not prepared thoroughly, when I was not prepared, then myself I understand. Yes, something is wrong. I have not done well. I have not get done justice to my profession. That should be. So that should be there, and I think all of you as a teacher agree to this. So do best for our students. They should feel that the teachers are my role model. कोई भी बच्चा आज के जमाने में टीचर होता हूं मैं करके नहीं बोलता है. फीडबैक में कोई बोल रहा है व्हाट यू वांट टू बिकम, टीचर नहीं होना उसका. But this is noble profession. पैसा कम है, but whatever respect you can get from this is nobody can get. So thank you very much for the entire profession. Thank you very much.
I think almost all queries sir has solved. So further, I would like to ask again, if you have any query, you can ask.
Can we take some fee, extra fee from the student for the additional course and free course?
Don't take it. Do not take it. Already they have given the fees. This is the institution which is facilitating students. This is our initiative. But for example, if you are assisting, if you are claiming it from somebody else for no time for CAT preparation, so CAT will ask some fees. So there, as a whole, you can discuss with them, and accordingly, student can pay that subsidized amount. So some amount will be paid by the institute, some amount will be paid by the students.
For diploma course?
Which diploma course? You start your own diploma course, free. First year certificate, second year diploma. If they complete 45 hours of work in first year, next year also if they complete 45 hours of coursework, then we can offer them a diploma.
Okay.
Everybody should not come. I agree that unless and until they get the fee, they should not feel. If everything is we are giving freely, then they will not have an importance of all this. अभी राशन सब फ्री में मिल रहा है, तो बोला नहीं यार, मैं नहीं करता हूँ. वो होना नहीं चाहिए. But यहाँ पे students are already paid. Therefore, we should not ask, because just think of how much burden is there on the parents. Ultimately, your parent कमाएगा. So don't do that. Other than that, facilitate students from the institute only, if possible.
Any more? Okay, so thank you so much, Dr. Prashant Paraj sir, for enlightening us on a broad spectrum of performing metrics to improve the next cycle of accreditation. It was really a very interesting, informative and knowledge imparting session. Thank you so much, sir. And definitely we will try for the to score the A+ grade this year now, in this upcoming cycle of the NAAC. I now request Head of the Department, Dr. Tasneem Khan ma'am, Science and Humanities to present a memento to the Dr. Prashant Parhat sir as a token of affection and our sincere thanks. Please, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you to online connected our participants also. And now the time is approaching for lunch, so I request convener and the co-convener and HOD ma'am to kindly escort the dignitary for the to proceed the lunch. And all are requested to assemble kindly at 2:15 sharp again here for the second session. Thank you so much. Guest participants are also requested to proceed for the lunch.